is YS. I'm a music person. I say that because I've done a little bit of everything. He's also done a little bit of everything. We met in a studio maybe like 5 years ago, or a mutual friend. But Steven's done everything from making music, recording music, a lot of music technology stuff, wiring. Now Steven's building his own circuit boards and creating audio gear from scratch, which is something I could only wish to do. Myself, I played piano for a long time, bass, produced, thought I was an artist for a little bit, rapped, wrote records, mixed, and then I do a lot of live show playback now for artist concerts, like cueing the music, programming shows, lighting and time code kind of stuff. So usually when you see certain artists have shows, we're involved in a lot of bigger artist shows, which kind of helps pay the bills. I know you guys are all here because you either use this room or you want to use this room. And in order to do that, you have to be able to understand what is going on in this room. And the easiest way to do that, obviously, is by spending time in the room and also by familiarizing yourself with the gear that's in the room. So, right off the rip, do you guys know what the components in here are or what they do? Or is this all kind of just a whirlwind right now for everybody? Is there anybody who's had experience in studios with maybe compressors, EQs, preamps? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
A little bit, not a giant amount. But...
Let's come up to the front real quick. Let's see.
Yes. You should not have raised your hand.
That's what I...
The spotlight's not going to be crazy, but what here do you recognize and what can you tell me about?
I know about the inputs for like the mics and instruments.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
That'd be my strongest.
All right. So that's this unit here?
Yeah.
All right. Anything else?
I'm going to go with no.
Okay. That's fair.
I'm going to stick to
That's all you really need to know, actually.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
That's completely fair. So I know you guys are all interested in recording sound into the computer. Yeah.
Okay.
The biggest thing with studios for me that helps me navigate every studio I go into is signal flow. How the sound gets from the source to the speakers in the end. And for all intents and purposes, the source could be a guitar. The source could be your mouth. The source could be the artist singing, their mouth, piano.
What?
So how the journey that the sound takes from the source to the speakers and understanding every stop it makes on the way to the speakers and why it's doing that. That is how you will be able to navigate any studio. And once you understand that, I know it looks like a lot of knobs and buttons, but it really is, it simplifies almost instantly once you get comfortable with that. When you are recording audio, we start where?
When you're recording audio.
Yeah, let's say you're recording your voice.
Uh-huh.
Where do we start?
With connecting the mic. Like you gotta...
I think before that.
Opening up the program?
Speaking. It starts here.
Okay.
100%. Before it even goes anywhere else, it comes out of your mouth, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or the artist's mouth. And so what's the next step that something would take? Where does the sound go from the mouth?
Out.
To the atmosphere.
Right. All right. This is true.
They're not wrong.
You're not wrong at all. In terms of a recording setup,
Uh-huh.
where are we interested in the sound going?
We're interested in the sound going to the computer.
Right.
Or to, like, the speakers,
microphone?
The microphone.
Right.
So yes, we are interested. That's big picture stuff. It does have to hit here 100%. But the next step in a voice is getting it from a mouth to a microphone.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll touch on microphones and different types of microphones and how you use them a little bit later in the lesson. But right now, for the intents and purposes of the lesson, if there's anything you're going to write down yet, write down signal flow.
Mm-hmm.
So you leave your voice leaves your mouth and it goes to the microphone.
Mm-hmm.
From the microphone,
Okay.
this is where I expect to lose a couple of you guys because it's not as intuitive at this point. But the next place,
The core.
everything that happens in a microphone
Mm-hmm.
needs to be amplified.
Mm-hmm.
It needs to be boosted up and put into so it's at the level where all the audio gear and the computer and the speakers can recognize it. And so the next stop, the first stop that a microphone has is called a preamp.
Mm-hmm.
And the preamp's job is to amplify the sound to line level. That gets deep fast. But it's to boost the sound up to the level where everything else can recognize it. Now, in this room, there is 2 preamps.
Mm-hmm.
3?
These two.
Those are all the APIs.
Yeah.
I thought those were compressors. So. 3 preamps. Sure. Not just yet. So, who can tell me which one of these are the preamps, or can venture a guess? Anybody?
Over here, the top section.
Yes.
Yes.
That is one. And this is actually 8.
Mm-hmm,
in
right.
one. Any other guesses on where the other 2 may be?
Over there.
Mm.
You are right. They are on this side of the room.
It's the API one.
Yes, that's 2. That's 2 more channels of it. And then the final 2 channels of it.
No, is that section where it says millennia, like where you mess with like the decibels, I guess? Is that like a preamp?
It
Uh-huh.
is. There's
I
4
would
preamps.
assume that
Holy
that's
smokes.
your
I'm used to that being an 8 cube. So there's 4 preamps. So that's another 8 channels right there.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is our last 2 channels right here. So
Okay, wait. Okay.
we have 8 channels here in one
Mhm.
unit.
These 3.
Okay.
We have 8 channels here in another unit. 2 channels here in another unit, and another 2 channels here.
Okay. 1, 2, 8, 8. Right.
Now, the easiest way to reference gear or to refer to it is usually when audio people talk, they talk about it by the brand and the model number. And so, all of the gear will be labeled with the brand and the model number all the time. Can somebody tell me what the brand and model number of this is? You can come up here and see if you can figure it out for yourself.
Lenovo 10730PX?
Yes.
Or Navy?
Yep.
I don't know how
So
to...
we call it a Neve
Neve?
because it's designed by this guy Rupert Neve. But yes, this is it. This is a Neve 1073 OPX.
OPX too.
That's how you would refer to that piece of gear. Over here, this is a Millennia HV3D. Underneath it is a BAE 1073 MP. And you don't have to write this stuff down. It's written on the gear for you. And then under that, we have an API 3122V. And that's how we refer to gear. That's how I'll know what you're talking about. If one of you guys were ever getting in a jam in here, and you call me and say the preamp's not working, I won't know how to help you. I don't know what you're talking about. So what you're going to call me and say is, the Neve 1073 OPX isn't working, and then I'll know what we're talking about more specifically. So after the sound goes to the preamp, really, for all intents and purposes, you get it to the interface. And the interface does two things. Does a million things, but the two main things that the interface does is it's a converter. It changes the sound or the signal from analog, which is what runs through this electrical current, to digital, which is what the computer recognizes. And that's called an ADC, analog to digital conversion. When you play sound from the computer into the speakers, that's called a DAC, because you're taking the digital and turning it into analog out. That's the two main functions of the interface. There are two interfaces in this room working in tandem with each other. I'll save you guys the time. It's these Universal Audio Apollo X16s. These are not preamplifiers. These don't do anything except convert signal from analog to digital and digital back to analog. But that is how you get sound speaking from like an electrical current into a language that the computer can understand, so you can record it.
Question.
Of course.
So are the Apollos like, it's like an interface?
Exactly.
Basically?
It's an interface.
Okay, so it's an interface.
Now, there's hundreds of different types of interfaces, and they all have different capabilities. Some of them have preamps built in, some of them have compressors and EQs on them, and all kinds of cool different functions. These specifically only are converters. They won't do any, there's no preamps built into this model. So which is why it's important that the mic goes to a preamp before you get here. So, let's just walk down real quick in the most simple way how to get sound from a microphone into a preamp into an interface. Is there somebody who wants to do this for me? Come on up.
Let's go.
All right. So, first thing you're going to need is a microphone. And the second thing you're going to need is a cable. If you look on the bottom of the microphone, you see those 3 pins coming out, right? So, exactly. This is when the pins are coming out, it's called a male end, and when the pins are going in, it's called a female end. So, let's go into a preamp on this side. You can pick any channel here, and let's plug in.
Oh, come on, these or...
Nope, this is a MIDI thing, so we're gonna disregard this. This isn't a preamp. We need to use a preamp now.
Oh.
Do you guys wanna? Do you guys need to understand this to like stand up and see it? Because there's a lot of that stuff that's gonna start going on real quick. Yep, and so you're gonna roll it until it makes sense, but don't force it. You'll feel when it's ready to go in. Also, there it
Yeah.
goes.
Yeah.
Boom. All right. So, what channel did you plug that into?
Channel 30? I'm guessing.
No, that number, as confusing as it is just, that's your gain level. So
Oh, so 7.
7, exactly. So right now, if you speak into that, what's going on?
You're gonna make your sound.
Okay, try it.
Alright?
We can't hear sound good. All right, so we're in the preamp. This preamp's a little heavy, so you guys want to come up and take a look at this and see what's going on? Does everybody understand so far that the sound that we have a microphone plugged into channel 7 of this preamp? Okay, so on this unit, there's some settings that you're gonna have to check to make sure that you're getting sound in. The number one thing is the input type, and you can see an IP here. if I press this, this will change. Sorry. This will change the type of input we're getting. So the first option is mic, obviously, for a microphone. The second option is line. Line would be like coming from a keyboard or something that's already amplified already, because it doesn't need to be amplified again. The third option is called a DI. That's a direct instrument input. And that's like a bass or a guitar, and you would plug. This is called a combo jack. I'm going to pull this out just so you can see. Combo jacks can accept these 3-pin connections and also a 1/4-inch connection here. You can put either in. So right now we have an XLR on channel 7, and we're going to set the input to mic. FNT on this means that there's inputs on the front and the back of this unit. The inputs on the back of this unit are represented here on the patch bay, which we'll get to after we get through the basics of like how to get sound in. For the front, we have to select front. So you'll see that light there. If we're going straight into the unit in the room, just like this, we select front and input here. This, you see how this number changes? This is called the gain. You always start with the gain really low, and then you work your way up until it makes sense. Now,
Oh, right.
we're seeing that, aren't we?
The levels.
So
So
that's
The harder I hit it, the higher it goes up.
exactly. So we should be muted in there, honestly, because this is console.
Oh.
If you don't mute your inputs in here, which I thought we set up a template where they were all
there's
muted.
just a blank because we were messing
Oh,
around.
all right. All of these should be muted, and we'll set that up before we leave. You're not recording in console. This is just acting like a mixing board for you, like a virtual mixing board. Where we're actually recording is in Logic. So let's go into Logic. And I believe
That's
Input 7.
input 7. So now we're looking at input 7, input 7. We're seeing that, aren't we? Now, can we hear that in the room?
Talking to it?
Hello?
Keep talking?
Hello?
There we
Because I just have a call.
All right. So now, what's his gain at? When you're talking in there, keep talking in there, and let's see what this is looking like. See how low that is?
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna work. You're gonna keep talking,
Hi.
and we're gonna
Hi.
creep this up.
Hi.
I'm going to turn down because I'm
Yeah.
maxed.
Hi. 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 Hi.
Now you see that? All right. So we're gonna back off this just a little bit. Give it a little yell. I need a bigger yell today.
Throat hurts.
I can understand that.
Give me like a, hey!
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah.
All right. So you see how loud that is? It's really important when you're setting this that you give yourself enough of a healthy signal where you can hear yourself, but not so much that when you perform louder, that it's going to peak out and make it red.
Right.
Because if it peaks out and makes it red, that's called clipping. And digital clipping sounds horrible, and you're going to have to re-record all your takes. And you're going to have to call the artist back and tell them to drive out to Upland, and everybody's going to be really mad at you because they're spending extra money to do this stuff. Another good indicator of your signal is here. So, if you give this, can I borrow this for a second? Check, 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 check. You're seeing the signal come in here. Hey, 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 hey. That's still too much for me. Hey, 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 hey. Now, I might not perform that loud. There's times when someone's speaking really soft that you'll want this up a lot higher. There's times when someone does a loud part where you'll want this down a lot lower. The whole thing is to compensate so that you get a healthy signal the whole time. And it gets it can get a lot deeper. It's called signal to noise ratio. And it's basically the noise of the electronics in the room behind you versus your signal, which is your mouth. That's what you want. You want a good signal to noise ratio. You don't want to turn it up so high that all you hear is the air conditioning booming in the back and someone, you know, walking through the room and stuff like that, because when you talk, it'll be really loud. So, in the most simple terms of recording, this is how you record a mic in. And all of you guys are familiar with Logic, I'm sure, from working in the labs and all that stuff. Can anybody just hit record so that we can get this thing recorded? We got to record him right now.
What?
You're the artist, so
Wait,
you hang out and be the artist. We need someone to. Can someone just record this so that we can record him real quick? All right, give us a performance. Maybe a spoken word, anything. 5 hays in a row.
What's your favorite song?
Hey, hey.
Give me a clave.
No. All right. So, can we stop it? All right. Interesting. Let's stop the playback as well. Not you, Steven.
Sorry.
All right. Can you guys play that back?
Oh no, that's not how you do it.
Let's go right to where the noise is happening. And let's play that back and see what it sounds like. Hey. Ooh, I hate the way that sounds. That's why I'm not an artist. Hey. 5 hays, like I promised. Real stuff. So, in the most simple way of recording, that is exactly how we record our voices into Logic. Is everybody following that to this point? Is there any confusion?
No.
All right.
Oh, my bad. I couldn't really see when he was describing these little pads.
Boom.
The IP.
You said it.
Let's pass it.
Matter of fact,
Let's try the piano.
wait. We're gonna have to give some other people a shot because you mastered this, but nobody else mastered this yet.
Good job, William.
Let's go, Will.
One at a time, you guys are all gonna plug in to input 7 and set it up so that it records.
Okay.
I know it seems long-winded and redundant, but like this is honestly it right here.
You have to do it too.
Amazing.
I'm ready.
And then this is the part where I was asking, like, press IP, and then you were saying something about.
Okay, so when you were pressing IP, what's happening?
You said there's different channels. You said there was mic. You said there was something like DI,
Uh-huh.
and then
In line.
line.
Now, obviously, what you're trying to record right now is
A mic.
a microphone.
Okay.
There's an indicator on this unit that will tell you exactly what's selected. Keep tapping through the buttons, you'll see it.
Keep tapping through the.
The IP, because that's going to tell you your input type. Boom. What's that?
Okay, so it's mic.
Yep.
Okay, gotcha.
All right. And the last one is FNT, which means the front of the unit.
Okay.
That's already selected right now. I think it pre-selects when you plug into here. No? I don't know what selects it and what doesn't select it.
You press the button.
No, because look, if I take it off and I go through here, DI also pre-selects
DI
it.
only goes in the front. That's
Yeah.
why.
Oh, okay.
So without this selected,
So unplug the XLR real quick. Plug the XLR back in. DI only enters through the front.
all right. So without front selected right now and mic selected, it's looking for the input in the back of the unit, which we will touch on shortly. So, sorry, can you just reset this up so that it's working again? Boom. There you go. All right. So, now, when we're looking, let's hear your voice. Just a couple hays will do.
Hey.
Is it healthy?
Hey.
Now, it's easy to see it here, but you'll see a more comprehensive, a larger meter there, which will help you gauge what's going on.
Hey. That's too low.
All right, you do it.
Hey.
Get it to where you want it.
Hey. Wait, I'm turning the wrong way. hey, 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 hey,
Okay, now give it a loud hey.
hey.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty healthy.
Yeah, it didn't clip.
No, that's pretty healthy.
That's good.
Somebody else, please, help me out.
Yeah.
Vin.
Yes. Okay. This one here. And this one. This now.
I changed my mind. I want this in channel 5 now. Okay.
Like that?
Nice. All right. So if we're at channel 5, what needs to happen in the computer?
You need to
Change the input.
All right, let's change it. Not you. You're the artist. Hang out. Be the artist. You're the engineer right now.
I don't know how to change it.
All right. So let's press cancel.
This
Press.
is the easiest way I know how to do it.
Nope. We don't. We're not interested in the easiest way. We're interested in the right way.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So on that channel's represented on the side here. See that? Yep. Look at that. You just lied to me.
Steal this.
You just lied to me, Nevaeh.
No.
You lied right to my face. You said you didn't know how to do this and then went ahead and did it.
Hey.
All right. So let's see those levels.
Hey, hey.
You're not.
Hey, 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 hey,
Give it a loud hey. See what happens.
hey.
Too loud.
Too loud.
Well, no. This is too loud.
Oh.
So scale that back a little bit.
Hey, hey.
Now,
Okay.
it's important to remember, you don't have to yell in the mic all the time. If you're going to record like this, set the volume to you recording like this.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to record like this, you have to set the volume to you recording like this. If you're going to record like this, you're going to set the volume to that. And if you have someone that's doing all of this stuff,
Yeah.
we get further down the line where we start to get into that. There's tools and different strategies we can use.
Okay.
Some of it is they're recording at one level and then they're going to yell, so we turn it down really low and we'll record that part really low or something. There's something else that's called a compressor that will help us get the sound back in a range, and we'll touch on that in a little bit. But right now, I want you to be the engineer, and I want you to be the artist. And I want to hear this in channel 1. Amazing.
I think I made it first.
It's a mess, but let's leave it right now. Now, if you were my intern or my assistant, that would be unacceptable. But we're learning right now, and we're making a mess because we're messy cooks. So let's set it up so it works. As the engineer, you want to monitor what input?
Input 1.
That's right. Are you set up for that? You are. And essentially, as an engineer, he would be doing this, but I want you to understand this, and we'll keep moving people around until we do. Can you get this mic? What's happening? Are we hearing you?
Hello.
I don't see it. What's going on?
You didn't pick the one on
I don't think she pushed the button.
Oh.
You're the best and the worst student in the world. Not you. All right. Here we go.
You're talking about me. I was about to give you bad advice.
You were actually right, but I wanted her to think. I want everybody to think through this
Okay.
because when you have the answers, you move differently than when you when you have to figure it out and you have to understand
I
this.
got
Stuff.
you.
And so, but you were not wrong.
Okay.
This is why I said the
Right.
best and the worst. So what's up? Do we see you?
Oh, hello, 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 hello.
Okay. How we looking? Do we like it? Let's get a couple hays. Let's hear it.
Hi, hey, 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 hey.
Okay. Do we like that? No. All right. What do we have to do?
Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey,
Ooh,
hey.
that's looking better. Okay.
Hey,
Okay. Now give it a little bit of a louder hey just to make sure that you're good.
hey.
Yeah, that's healthy. That's
Hey,
healthy.
hello, hello.
All right. You did it. Funny story. Your artist career just ended. You're an engineer now. And your artist career began.
Yeah.
Money.
I want this. I want to hear this in channel 8. All right, now, engineer, are we hearing it in channel 8?
A little bit.
Look at that.
Hello? Hello? Which way does it go?
Clockwise is going to be higher, and counterclockwise is going to be lower.
Hello? So this way?
Clockwise, higher.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is it too
In
high?
worst case scenario, turn it one knob, turn it one way, see what happens, turn it the other way, and there's your other answer.
Are those knobs infinite?
Hello?
Yes.
Oh, I
It
see. I
can be
get it. I
comfortable
get it.
spinning.
Thank you.
I bet
That
you
helped
have
a
to do
lot.
There you go.
Hello. Hello.
Not yet.
Welcome.
Okay, give it a loud hello. Let's see what happens.
Hello. That's as loud as I can
All right,
go.
that's
Yeah.
a healthy level.
No.
Unfortunately, we canceled your contract at the record label, and
That's
you're
totally
the
fine, I
engineer
get it.
now.
I get it. Tough
We need a
cuts.
new artist. We need new blood. Any volunteers? All right, I love it. I want this on channel 4. People who didn't do this yet, is it just? Oh, yep. 1, 2. You're not that bad of a student. We're not going to keep you out of the class. Great. And as the engineer, are we all set up? We're ready for him?
Input 4?
Yep.
Yeah.
Why are you the worst student?
I think I've always given her a hard time. All right, so how we looking? Let's get a couple hays if you're not comfortable doing anything else.
Hey, hey, hey.
All right.
Hey.
Is it too loud? Is it too low? How we feel?
It's a little bit too low.
Okay, let's give it some juice.
Before this line, when you see like the audio on the side,
Hey, hey, hey.
Be cool, like spinning that knob. It spins forever.
It spins forever.
That's what I was like. I couldn't
Be
understand.
you are right
Then
in
you said that
assuming to
it
go
goes
slowly on
through.
hard analog pieces.
it
That's
says
a big
input.
jump.
So it's like
On
you can-
that,
Oh, so it's just infinite?
Just
Okay.
spin it. Like, I mean, don't do full one, 360s, but like,
Right.
feel free to
Hey.
turn it.
I do hate and then turn it as you're doing your
above the
haze.
green.
Hey. Hey. It's
Okay.
already.
That's a good. That's a
Where-
good.
Where that right one is highlighted,
Hey, hey, hey.
right under that one.
Hey.
That box
That's
right
healthy.
under
Give it a loud hey.
is where your input
Hey,
is.
hey, hey.
All right, you got some more room. You can go up some more. I think.
I would say as
You'll
you're going
click
up,
where it
go
says
ahead and say your
input. When you
haze
go
as
there,
you're
Hey.
getting that volume. So
Hey,
you're
hey.
going louder.
I'm liking what I'm seeing here.
Hey, hey.
All right.
No, once you click input,
Okay.
then they'll pop
I
up.
like this. Unfortunately,
I've been
contract got
fired.
terminated at the record label too. This is Vicious Records LLC. I'm the CEO. We're firing everybody. But you're an engineer now, which is good. There's some money in that. Our next artist. You got really lucky. Cause I'm not interested in recording you on this. Oh, I have to be interested in recording you on this. Never mind. Channel 2. I'm Millennia is normal, but it's not. It doesn't have the faceplate.
Mm-hmm.
It's good. It's good. Channels 1 through 8 is solid.
Then you'll go to like your
Now, look at it. Look at that connector. There's an arrow on it somewhere. Look at that. See that? That's a nice little indicator for you. Mm-hmm. All right.
Hello?
So, channel 2, why am I not hearing him? What's going on, guys? I need, as an artist and an engineer, I need you guys both think through what's going on.
There we go.
Hello? Hello?
All right. Now, how we feeling about that level?
Hey, hello?
Nah, that's low for me, man. It's not gonna work.
Hello? Hello?
Let's give it some more juice.
Hey, hello?
Let's give it a little more.
Hello?
I want more.
Hello?
All right. Now give it a loud one.
Hello?
That's healthy. That's where I want to see it, right there. Okay. You did great as an artist, but you canceled your contract. Everybody's getting canceled these days. Who is our next artist?
That's so sad.
No.
Well, but you did get hired as an engineer, though. So I need you at the desk.
Oh, me? Oh.
Yes. Channel drink. Start at the mic, always. I'm sorry, you're the only person that made that move yet, so that's a valuable lesson. Start closer to the source and work your way to the desk, always.
You're lucky I'm on camera.
All right. Yep. Now, before you plug that in, pull it out. Take a look at that connector. There's an arrow on that connector that can give you a little bit of leadway so you don't have to jam it around too much.
Yeah.
Mom,
So my
this one goes. Sorry.
my question is, just because the arrow's there, there's no indication here on the arrow. So it's always at the top.
No.
It's always where the
It's
three.
not always at the top.
Okay.
They change. The different pieces of gear have the different orientations. Yes, yes. All right. And we're recording here on channel 3. Let's see the levels.
Hello.
It's pretty good. Give it a little juice.
Hello.
Mm-hmm. Give it some more.
Hello.
I like it there. Now let's give it a loud hello.
Hello.
Look at that. We're safe. So we're not clipping. We're healthy. We got a good, healthy recording. Is there someone who hasn't been an artist yet? Anybody? Anybody in the room who hasn't been an artist yet? Anybody at all? I think I see artists in you. I'm the CEO of Horrible Records, and I see a career for you.
You got an engineer now.
Hey. I have an engineer.
Yeah, you're the engineer now.
I want you on Channel 7. I like that. I like that you adjusted the gain down before you went to the. That way, when you plug it in, it's not going to jump out right out at you.
Mm-hmm.
Channel 7.
All right. Are we hearing some things?
Anything? No. Doesn't seem so.
7.
Hello.
Okay, so what's going on here? Well, there's something wrong. It's either it's with the engineer or it's with the artist. What's going on? Why would this not be working? What steps did we not take to make sure that this is working yet? As an engineer, are we already set on channel 7 input right now? Are we listening to that?
Yeah.
So your portion of this exercise is kind of covered. So now we need to look at what you were supposed to do to get sound out of the mic. What did we not do yet, possibly?
We didn't choose the... Hello.
So what input are you listening to right now?
Um.
When you press that IP knob, what's lit up above it? And you see the lines.
It's not a direct instrument.
Right. You're not an instrument, though. What do we need that to
My
say?
voice is an instrument.
You are not lying. There we go.
Now it should be working.
Are we seeing it?
Hello. Hello.
We are. Let's give it a loud hello, see what happens.
Hello.
All right, I think we got some more room to go up on it.
Hello.
I like that. Great job. All right, so everybody in this room has been an artist and some part of an engineer, or at least has seen it done so many times that in the most basic form of recording a microphone into Logic, we understand how to make that happen. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, thank you. I'm trying to think of where to go with this next. Steven.
Yes, sir.
Why were we patching? Remember when we were all trying to patch and we couldn't figure out?
All right,
It was
go.
hard.
Now we'll go there.
Thanks.
Okay, good. All right, so, why were we patching?
It wasn't loud enough.
Why we were in here trying to do something.
What are you trying to do?
We were trying to like record with the mic, but it wasn't getting to the levels that we needed. I had thought, and that's why we patched it.
There was no preamp for the mic.
Yeah, it wasn't. It just wasn't loud enough, so we did the patch.
Okay,
I don't know.
so
No.
here's a new exercise that I want to use. Huh?
Come on, son.
I'll do keyboard.
All right, and right before that, I want to do. You guys see that? All right. Does everybody see this catastrophe down here, full of just inputs and outputs?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you guys know what this is called?
Yes.
Switchcraft.
It's called a patch bay. You're right. It is technically the model number is a Switchcraft 9625, and this is a Switchcraft 6425. They do the same thing. This one just has more inputs and outputs, and this one has less inputs and outputs. This is how we get sound. This is how we route a signal in a studio, anywhere we want to go. And so, if we were to record, let's say I need an artist to sit on the couch. Anybody.
Sit on the couch.
Yep. All right. And I need an engineer to help set them up. Anybody.
There you go.
I don't know what I'm doing, but I trust you.
You have to trust you. Okay, so we want to record this gentleman while he's sitting on the couch. How? I know it seems like it's really early, but like, how will we do that?
He would need a mic.
Great. That's a great first step. 100%. What's another step? What happens after the mic?
We have to get him connected to this.
Yeah, but there's some steps before that.
Connected to mic to cable.
That is the second step.
Okay.
All right. Now, what do we want to do next? Yes, you could drag that mic cable all the way from back
that's
there
nice.
to the front of this panel and do exactly what we just did up here back there. You can do that. That's not the wrong way. But if you're my engineer and I'm the producer, I'm gonna be like, why are there cables everywhere?
Right.
That's fine.
We have other ways to get to him. So let's take a look at our options. Right here, we have a panel.
Yes.
And this panel is a great way that we have from moving signal from this part of the room up to the rest of the brain, the brain up there. And so what we'll do is we'll plug the male end of that cord into one of the mic inputs. Everything here is labeled. Let's go into channel 2. Great. And then let's give our artist the mic. Now, let's do a little untangling. This
All you are
Okay.
not allowed to leave until you learn how to wrap a cable. Also, 100%.
Yes.
None of you are allowed to
These
leave.
don't just pull out of the wall.
Okay.
This tab at the top needs to be pushed in.
Side note, it bothers me
Yep.
so much.
And that's how we lock it in to make sure it doesn't. Yep. So we'll just give him a little slack so he has room to move around and so it's not taut going in, because taut cables are bad. They pull on things and the connections will go bad. So you got to take care of this stuff.
The rumor.
This is true. All right. So, what's up? Are we hearing you? Hello? No, we're not. I can tell you guys why you're not. Because that panel goes into the patch bay.
Mm-hmm.
And in order to get it into the computer, you have to understand what is happening on the level of a patch bay. Typically, everything on a patch bay is labeled. I know you're going to be laughing at me because there's one thing that's not labeled on here. But no, that is labeled.
Okay.
So usually on a patch bay, it's outputs over inputs. There are some exceptions to this. There are exceptions on this patch bay to this.
Okay.
But right now, that is a control room. That's control room channels 1 and 2. Obviously, we can't write that out on the label for the patch bay.
You are one and two.
There you go.
Okay.
Now, that's the outputs.
Right.
It's confusing because when we put the mic into that panel, that's the input of control room 1 and 2.
Okay.
But this is now the output of that panel.
Mm-hmm.
So the way we navigate this board is these are called TT Bantam cables. These are very expensive. They stand for tiny telephone. This is how they used to patch telephones back in the day when they would call, hey, operator, and they would say, hold on, and they got to connect this one to there so you can call like your uncle's house and stuff like that. None of us were alive for that. But this is what we are alive for. And these are called TT cables, tiny telephone cables, but Bantam TT cables. So what we will do in order to get the signal from that panel into the rest of the room, let's patch. It's called a patch. We have to get it out of there into somewhere else. So what channel did we go into?
2.
All right, so let's patch out of 2. And then let's go, to keep it easy, let's go into channel 2 of this.
Wait. Okay.
Okay, now I'll make this really easy for everybody. You guys, except for the artist, come to the front, please, because this is where this gets really weird in here. No, I'll help you.
Okay.
And I'll help everybody.
Okay.
What is this called? I wanted to go into channel 2 of here, right? What is this? Yeah, there's lots of preamps here, though. That doesn't help me.
Okay.
Exactly. So, when I'm looking through this patch bay where everything should technically be labeled, we are looking for the Neve 1073 OPX. That's right.
Out.
And so, this will be 1 through 8 of the OPX. This is the output of the OPX.
Okay.
Where can we get to the inputs of the OPX?
It should be above that.
Because this doesn't line up, if it was the same piece of gear, then
So then we go down. No?
nope. Let's look for what's labeled
Okay.
as the 1073 OPX on the patch bay. That's right. So, outputs over inputs. These would be our inputs, and you'll see it here. 1073 OPX mic in.
Mm-hmm.
This is 1073 OPX out.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to the input of channel 2. That's right. Now, guys, really important when you're working with these cables. You do not grab the cable like this to unplug it. You grab it. If you can't plug it in like that, don't unplug it like that. That's a rule for everything. Power cables, all that stuff. You will wear this stuff out and it'll be useless, and you'll break the outlets and you'll break the connections, and then they'll call me back and they'll be really mad because I'm not cheap. So, we have the signal from where to where?
From there to here.
What's there to here? I want to hear every stop on the bus.
From the
Where do
control room input.
We start before that. Where does the source begin?
The microphone.
No. Where does the source? The mouth.
Okay.
The artist.
Okay.
And then?
The microphone.
Right. And then?
The input. Control and input.
That's right. And then?
The patch bay.
Right, but what channel on the patch bay? Because we have to be very specific.
Control room 2.
Right. And then?
To the output of the OP at 1073.
Yes, but the input.
Input, okay.
Okay, so now we're going in to the 1073 OPX. So when we go in, what should be happening?
Well, we should be on the mic, right? Or no?
We should.
Okay.
Okay, so, and that should be on what channel? All right, so in Logic, let's look at channel 2. All right, so can I hear a couple of choice words from our artist right now?
Hello, hello, hello.
Now, I'm not seeing him.
Are you doing that on purpose?
What? The
Not
fact that I
telling
don't
me
see.
why you can't.
Yes.
Okay.
So, what? I would do it to anybody. I
It's
promise
okay,
you.
I
I
don't
swear
feel bad.
on everything. What is happening? And I will tell you this right now. What is happening on this preamp right now, which is a reason why we are not seeing
we're
it.
on 2. Okay.
What is happening on the settings here, which is why we wouldn't see it coming in? I like that. Go ahead.
I think maybe because it's not going into the front of the.
That's right. So
Okay.
we have the front selected, but we have nothing plugged in the front.
Correct.
So what do we need to do?
So which one is that though?
We're on channel 2 for sure.
But is it?
Yep. Now you're seeing our signal there.
Yeah.
A couple choice words from the artist.
Hello, hello.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Okay.
Now, to make this even more complicated for you guys, I'm very sorry to do this, but there's more happening than leads on just from looking at this. The reason we use patch bays is because we can rely on something called normaling. Normaling automatically sends a signal somewhere without you having to use a cable. So, what's happening is we're going in to the 1073 OPX mic in channel 2. These are the inputs on the back of the unit, right? These are not the front. You cannot get to the front through the patch bay. The front is on the front only. What else is happening that we don't need a cable for is that we're going from the output of channel 2 to the input of the Apollo. Couple choice words from the artist.
Hello, hello.
See how that works? But because this is normaled, this automatically will send whatever signal is coming out of here to here.
Okay.
So, a couple more choice words.
Hi, hello.
That guy's good. See how this works? This is called normaling.
Okay.
Normaling is important because if you didn't have everything normal, you would need to use cables for everything. Right now, without, to make it an example, what's from this diagram, all of the inputs of the live room, channels 1 through 20 in there, normal to the inputs of these mic preamps. 8 here, 8 at the top, 2 and 2. That's 20 channels. Those normal. So without using any cables, if you plug something into that panel, channels 1 through 20, it will show up in a channel of preamp automatically. Those channels of preamp will automatically send the output of the preamp into the input of our interface converter. So channels 1 through 20 in the live room show up as channels 1 through 20 in our DAW on the computer. This is important because when we go back to this, what patching does is changing what's normal. We can send anything anywhere. We're leaving the control room, channel 2. We're going into channel 2 of the 1073 here. Now, let's take channel 2 of the 1073, and I want to hear it on input 16. Where does that need to go? Our inputs are on the bottom here of our interface.
Okay. So here.
Mm-hmm. Nope. Get it in there.
Well, yes, before we get too far ahead with patching stuff, do you want to do a brief recap? Can I do a brief recap without any of the science on how to get inputs and outputs?
Let me just make sure we're seeing this signal on channel 16.
Now, I just want to go back to the importance of normal, and if it's important to do it every time we're patching.
Normaling?
Yeah.
Normaling's already happening every time. What you do when you patch is you interrupt the normal. A normal is what happens when there's nothing plugged in.
Okay. Got it.
It's normal.
Okay.
And so what we do, now couple choice words.
Hello. Hello.
So we're looking at input 2 right now, right? That's here. We're not going to see anything because we interrupted it. Where are we going to see the signal now?
16.
That's right. So now let's verify that. And if this all makes sense, couple choice words.
Hi, hello.
Yeah.
Boom. I know it seems crazy, but this is really important because you're not always going to want to use channel 1 with this.
Right.
Sometimes you want to use different pieces of gear and send things different places. I'm going to let Steven recap and
Okay.
drink some water so I can...
Thank you.
It's amazing. It's a lot.
Actually, everyone come back up here. We're going to do this real fast and easy, and everything will make sense. I promise. So,
Look at him after the fast.
yeah, in my way, Mr. Man. All right. Without literally any of the science, any of needing to know any of the terms, because most of you, I'm sure, at some point want to honestly just come in the room, play a bass or a guitar, and record your vocals, or record a friend in here, right? Like, that's most... Everyone wants to kind of work by yourself with 1 or 2 other people. That's modern making music, right? All that stuff's super cool. I love all that stuff. If you want to get into it, you can. Otherwise, and I'll make a video of this at the end for everyone to be able to watch. Really quick breakdown. First things first. When you're going to unplug things and plug things in, hit the mute button so you don't blow up the speakers.
Hit the what?
The mute button so you don't blow up the speakers. Right?
It's true.
All
people with headphones on.
Yeah.
All that stuff.
All of this is irrelevant. If you want to come in here and you want to sit in that chair and play this keyboard and play that guitar and record your vocal, all of this is relevant, right? All you need to know to come in are these 2 channels, right? 1 and 2. Say 1. Always say 1 is what you're going to sing into. You're going to use a mic into every single time. Make your life easy. Don't think about things. That's what I do. Right?
This is true.
So all you're going to do is, where's that mic, YS?
The artist has it.
Oh, where's the other? Oh, my man, the artist. Can you unplug it from back there for me?
Push the button on top. Yep. I almost.
Thanks, man. So, really easy, right? This is your vocals. This will always be your guitar, your bass, whatever, right? Instrument, right? Plug it in, right? Make sure it's on the front. Make sure it's set to mic. Make sure it's set to input. I don't need diction. Thank you. You can have this be called box, right? Whatever that's badly spelled, but it'll always be input 1. You can make 1,000 audio channels, and they will, as long as they're input 1, it doesn't matter. This will always come down here. I'm muted, right? Check, 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 right? Input 1. That's it. Vocals. If you're going to be using the guitar, I'm not a guitarist. Does anyone here play guitar so no one has to hear me?
We got a couple, right?
Yeah.
Just so you don't have to hear me be awful at it, right?
Mindy Hendrix.
Can you plug this in? Make 2 always be your bass or your guitar or mono synth, whatever. Make your life easy. You don't want to have to think about things. Once again, plug it in the front. This will be DI. If anyone has like a Scarlett, you know, like the little red box at home, when you plug it in the front, it automatically goes to like DI or high Z or something like that. The exact same thing. When you click the IP, you can only do DIs in the front, so you don't gotta worry about the button. Light means it's on the front. Then all you're gonna do is make a new channel, right? Make that input 2. Make input 2. Always be your guitar, right? Can you just... That's loud. Play again. Great. Now you can do basically everything that you want to do in this room in the beginning. Everything else is complicated and fun and great, and like if you were really into it, that's awesome. If you want to just start making music though, just focus on those 2 things, and then if you want to get real crazy, you can put your little MIDI instrument in and it's already set up. So now you can sit here with like a kickstand mic or what, like, you know, kickstand and this, and play and play. You can have your friend set up over there because it will reach. It won't always look the prettiest, right? But that's not really what matters all the time, actually. Sometimes it's just about getting the idea started.
Now,
He cares about prettiest.
now, if the guitarist wants to be sitting on the couch and the microphone person wants to be over here,
Let's do it.
But now, but anyway, all that say is all the terminology is really cool. Everything's really important.
Yeah.
Signal chain is extremely important, right? But for now, don't, like, if it all starts going over your head, which it will, it went over my head for years, you know? I've been in rooms with really, really big, important people, and I forgot basics, you know? Like, it happens to everyone, and this is always a learning thing. If you just remember this for this room, you can start creating them. And I think that's always important.
And if you ever run into a problem, signal flow. Start with the source and work your way through until you get to the end where things are supposed to be. So now, let's say we want the guitarist on the couch without a cable going across the room.
Anyway, that was my little
Thank you.
recap bit. We'll record that too. It's easy to get bogged down. I get it.
There's a couple different ways to do this. Obviously, we can just run a cable all the way across the room, but that doesn't fly when I'm in the room. I like everything pretty. I like the aesthetic of things. I don't like cables everywhere. Stephen will tell you, most of his job is just playing to my particulars. So, I'm going to take the guitar out of here. Who wants to help me figure out how to get this guitar? Can you take a seat on the couch with the guitar? All right. I love that. Be careful with these cords. All right, so this is a different scenario for sure.
Okay.
Let's we want to plug that into the panel. How are we gonna do this?
Push this into the panel. I will go to the
I appreciate you. All right, what do we got going on here?
channels
Which channel?
1 and 2. Oh, this big one.
You see 1 and 2. That's not the cables that go on 1 and 2.
Like that.
That's a headphone.
Okay.
That's a tie.
Interesting.
Now a tie will get you into the patch bay, but that won't do anything for your game.
Okay.
So, when we're recording guitars and basses, we need to get them to a mic level so that we can preamplify them. We do this using what's called a DI box. I think we have a DI box in there.
Can you flip it so I can,
There's no way I would do that. No way. I wouldn't set you guys up with this stuff. This is in through I think this is the DI. Sorry.
yeah, the one on the top left right there, yes.
Where do you want
Cool.
to put this?
This is called a direct instrument box. This is doing what the front of that unit is doing, but because we don't have the option here, we have to use this. So it's pretty simple. It only has a couple of options on it. Obviously, our inputs are on the front. We have an input and we have a through. A through is if we had an amp or something sitting here. We could send this there, but we could also send a copy of the signal to the amp or something if we wanted to do that. You don't need to worry about the through just yet. Let's just go to the input of this.
Just plug it in.
Yep. And what's on the back of this?
Lift and your output.
That's right. So let's get out of the output. We're watching the signal right now. Where's the signal stop right now? In the box. So let's get it to the panel. Channel 1 on the panel. All right, did that click? Are you locked in there?
Yeah.
Cool. Always want to check that just in case she does a rock star move and then it just jacks out.
Do I just place it on the floor?
Of course.
Okay. And then channel 1.
Well,
Oh,
yeah.
channel 1.
When I'm in the room, I want to use the panels.
Got you.
Now, obviously, you can use shorter cables when you're actually doing this if you want to make it look super neat. But now we're going into channel 1. Now, when we're plugged into there, what's happening? Where's our channel at in the van? Where are we at?
We should be at 9. Or wait, sorry, ask me again.
When he's plugged into channel 1 back there, where are we at? Where does that signal go? From channel 1 on that panel.
Signal goes here.
That's further
Not
down the
yet.
line. That panel is represented
It
somewhere.
goes to the patch bay.
Yes. Okay, so let's look for where on the patch bay that will go.
Channel 1.
Control room, because this is the control room.
Mm-hmm.
So control room, channel 1. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Right here.
All right, so let's grab a TT cable.
The colors don't matter, do they?
Not at all.
Okay.
The colors are for you.
Okay, okay.
So sometimes, you keep it all red if you want to see one thing go all the way through and another thing's blue if you want to see its whole path.
That would be me.
All right, so we want to go to, I want to go to channel 6 of the OPX.
Okay.
You know what? I want to go to channel 6 of the Millennia.
Okay.
So, what are we looking for?
This is
That's
in.
our output.
This is out, so I'm looking for in to
Uh-huh.
Millennia.
Okay.
This is out.
Uh-huh. Take your time, search for it.
Oh.
There we
okay.
go.
Channel 6.
Uh-huh. Boom. Cool. And then channel 6, the output of channel 6, the millennia, is normaled, right? So we don't need to plug that anywhere.
Correct.
But where does that show up?
It would go, or is that what you're asking? Like it would go over here.
Right. So what channel to the interface does that normal to?
It should be 6.
No. And the reason why it's not, if you look at this labeling down here, this is channel 1 through 8. This is channel 9 through 16. So, asking that same question again.
Okay. 13? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 14?
Yep. 14. So let's look on channel 14 and see if we're getting an input there. First, let's open channel 14 in the DAW to see if we're seeing something there.
Can I add a new track?
You can
or
do whatever
want
you
me
please.
to do it the other way? Okay, so this is a good question.
Okay.
It wouldn't, or actually, it would be here.
Mm-hmm.
And I would choose guitar or bass.
Nope.
No, I would keep it at mic or line.
Yep.
Because it's the line.
Yep.
Okay. Input 16, 15,
14.
9 to 14.
There you go. center and bring a bunch of TRS cables home to use with your bass, and you will not hear anything. Your gear will not work. None of it. So, TS cables. 1/4-inch TRS. Tip sleeve. That's what we use there. How is everybody feeling about everything right now?
Great.
Think we're kind of at like a halfway point. Logan, I don't know if do you want me to touch on anything in particular before I open this up to like questions and scenarios and that kind of stuff? I know you mentioned microphones.
Yeah, I think if you could go over, as far as the mics that we have in the closet or in the cabinet there, what potentially they would use each one for, or what they would grab first.
Steven, let's grab all the microphones out of there and let's give everybody a different microphone and see what's going on.
Someone take that.
I'll do it. Let me do it.
Just open it and look at what you got. And I want to see it. I want to see it in your hand.
You guys like have 100. Are these all different shirts?
Yeah, they are.
There's something at the top too.
I know. Don't worry. We're gonna get there. I think that's all of them.
Let's do some different ones
You
too.
could keep
Well,
that
those
one
are
since
different
you're sitting
shirts.
down.
Yeah, that's why I said is there only one shirt and it's
Guys,
Fit Sevens.
these are microphones are very expensive.
Yeah,
What I don't
break
want to
them.
see is just opening the box in your hand. You set it on your lap or on the ground or on a solid surface when you deal with these things. These are very expensive things. When you drop them, they can break 100%.
So they're
Except the
fragile.
57.
Except the 57s. They will
You
live
can use, or the
longer than
58.
Any of us. in this
57,
room.
58, you can use as a hammer if you really need it. And I'm not joking about
You
that.
can shoot a gun into those mics and they still work.
I did a show where the guy had the whole bottom off, and it was just he was holding the capsule and the wires dangling from it.
So,
Might live forever.
so what you're
That is.
trying to say is that the other headphones, except for the 50.
This is a mic, right?
Oh.
Yep.
This is a mic, right?
And
Okay.
Interesting.
are so the other microphones out of the 57 and 58s are fragile.
Yes. Very. I think that's just a shock mount.
Yeah.
Does everybody have a microphone in this room?
Lord, or can pair up.
We're one mic short.
Here
We're
we
two
go.
mics short.
Both probably 58s.
All right.
And there's also a ton of mics in there, actually. So.
All right. Not everybody at once, but who wants to go first? Who wants to go first?
I'm listening to a book.
We're gonna talk about your microphone.
Take a picture.
You're gonna go first? All right. Cool. You got a lot of stuff going on. I don't like it. Let's put the box on the ground and work our way up. I know I said laps, but it's a lot easier when it's on the ground, especially when you have a box like this with so many components in it. All right, so let's take it out. Let's look at what we got here. So much like the preamps and all that other stuff, we refer to microphones as not just microphone. If I say, hand me the microphone, how many different options do I have in this room right now? They all have different jobs and tasks and specialties, and you can, but at the same time, you can use them all for whatever artistic freedoms. But we refer to them as the brand and the model number. What do you have in your hand, my friend? That's right. That is This C414 or C414 is going to be the model number. Let's pass this around, but as we pass it around,
So careful.
and everybody who has a microphone, you can put your microphones down right now so that we're going to focus on, this is an egg. This is an egg. This is a multi-thousand. Before you handle them, wash your hands and get the oil.
Record, you can do a whole band and recording your vocals all with SM58 and 57s, and it's on probably some of your favorite records from like a little bit older are all recorded on 58
Now.
and 57s.
Steven, you want to take a look at this?
I swear to God.
We don't do stuff like that. All right, but just to let you know, as you guys are passing this around, take a look at it. Turn it around. See what's going on. Notice what's going on with it. Are there buttons? Are there features? Are there things? Because we're going to talk about all of this. So, the C414 is what we call a large diaphragm condenser microphone, which is a mouthful. A large diaphragm, when you look into the gray for it to work. If you do not engage 48 volt power, that thing is as useful as a brick.
Can you, like, let's say,
That thing is as useful as a brick.
can you, like, let's say, mistakenly somebody pushed the 70 something volt, would it blow them out?
Only the Millennia has that.
Well, yeah, so over.
That has a 170 volt feed on it.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder
I'm just asking.
why they use that. 130 volt, sorry. Short answer, don't do that. But maybe Google it and we can touch back on it.
Okay.
Why you would
On
need
the
that.
condenser mic, it probably won't blow it up. If you have ribbon mics, if you send 48 volt, you'll blow anything up on a ribbon
You
mic.
guys don't own any ribbon mics.
On an SM57 and 58, they are the most they're like cockroaches of microphones.
It's hard.
You can drop it in a pool and pick it up, and it will sound exactly the same and use it immediately.
This is true.
Okay.
If you need a hammer, use it as a hammer.
Okay, so can I see this microphone, sir? Thank you. Why didn't you throw it to me?
Expensive.
That's right. Okay, so on the front of the microphone, you see that you have all these different symbols. This gets deep fast, guys. These are called polar patterns. Depending on what is selected, it changes how the microphone picks up sound. There's a big circle. The first option is a big circle. This is called...
You can't put it in the 130 volts because they're 4 pin outs, so we don't even have them connected. So
Okay,
it's fine.
boom. So it won't even work.
Okay.
All right. It must be for some specialty
It's
mics.
for specialty mics. Is
Okay.
exactly what it is.
All right. So the circle, the first one is called omni. What does omni mean in the context of anything? Everywhere. All. So when you select this in omni mode, it is essentially recording everything in the room. That can be good for some things. If you want to record a whole band or hear what the whole room is doing, that's amazing. If you are recording a voice, we want to record just the source. The next pattern is called cardioid. This is the most popular pattern.
What's the shape?
The shape is, it's like half of a circle.
Looks like a heart. Looks
Yes.
like a
Looks
bad
like an
heart.
upside down heart.
Okay.
And I'm going to pass this around so you guys can see what's going on.
What is it
What-
called again?
Cardioid. When I record vocals, I use a cardioid setting. Why do I use a cardioid setting? Because it picks up enough around the mic, but what it does is it doesn't record the sound that is quote unquote off axis. Off axis is what's on the reverse side of the diaphragm, the mic. So
Anything?
if you talk in the back of the mic, it's not going to pick that up. Now, what it will pick up is how that sound hits the wall and bounces back. So it's not like you won't be able to hear it, but you won't hear it as a direct source. So the next polar pattern, I believe, is called hypercardioid. Hypercardioid is much like cardioid, only it's a little more specific and closer. Why I would use a hypercardioid setting is if you have this mic in a room where other things are happening. Say somebody's playing a piano. There's a lot. You don't want to pick up all of this around you. You want to pick up just what's right here, maybe. Now, obviously, if you're just recording a vocal cardioid's fine. You pick up what's here. You don't have to worry about anything. The next setting, what's this one called? Second to last. Is it Ultra?
Super cardioid?
Super. Is it Super?
It's yeah, that's basically.
It's a super cardioid. It's even tighter, but what it does is it starts to pick up what's happening on the back end of the microphone as well.
Okay.
In a very small
Second
spot.
to last one, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
So it'll pick up what's happening here, but it also picks up a little chunk of what's happening here. Then the last one that looks like an 8, a figure 8, is called bidirectional.
Or figure 8.
Figure 8. Who's your favorite duo? Duet? Team? Singers? Rappers? Anybody?
Does anyone play acoustic guitar and sing at the same time?
Yeah.
You use a figure 8 polar pattern.
Okay.
Yeah. If you and Nevaeh were singing a song together as a duet and you just had one mic to do it in one take, you could set this to figure 8, bidirectional.
We were going separate thoughts. I was talking about the muted part. So you do 2 mics and completely cut off this one.
Yeah, no, too complicated.
All right.
Bidirectional. You see this? It's picking up what's happening here and it's picking up what's happening here. You guys would set this in between you and you guys could both speak into this mic and be recorded equally.
And it wouldn't like over, I guess, power each other. Like it's only picking up this side, the other side.
Picking up a
only
little bit of this
picking up-
side and a little bit of that side. So you guys would both speak into here and you would both be recorded. On cardioid, it will only pick up the front side, which is what side?
This side.
That's right. That is right. So, if you set this to cardioid and you guys do your duet, guess who's not going to be on the record? Him. In order to select these, you will tab through. There's a little light that illuminates over these. You will not see that light unless this mic has power. How does this mic get power? That's right. Okay. Same here. This has options on the back for what's called a pad. All right, can anybody tell me what a pad is? Cool. A pad, basically, it lowers the volume by a set amount. If I'm screaming into this microphone, I can put a pad on it that'll make sure that when this records, it's recording at 6 dB lower, 12 dB lower, 18 dB lower. If it's too loud when I'm gained down and my signal to noise ratio is bad and I'm screaming into this thing, I can set the pad so that it picks up less. When you are recording alone, you should not need a pad. When there are other things happening in the room or you have a very loud source, you may need a pad. You had a question?
Yeah, so like, you know, you're using the example of someone just screaming. Couldn't they just like not scream? You wouldn't need the pad.
Yeah, I mean, ideally, yes.
What if you're recording something and you need to scream?
Death metal.
Okay.
My death metal record
Or
that's coming out next week.
Movies. If you're overdubbing movie scenes, you know,
Yeah.
think even outside music. There are plenty of examples where you need to be screaming for something, and so you have to adjust the gain.
Right.
the
If I want to
input.
record a scream, I'm not going to go, ha, and then turn it up.
Yeah.
I'm going to go, ha! So this is a great way to control the volume before you get to the preamp. The last feature on this microphone, and I love that we started with this because this is one of the most complicated microphones, is called a low filter, low frequency filter, or a roll off.
A low pass filter, a
Low
high
pass.
pass filter. That was
It's a high pass filter. It's also called a low cut filter. It's the same thing. It's just worded differently. High pass lets the highs pass. Low cut cuts the lows, and they have that's the same thing. And then they have a low pass and a high cut.
What's
That's
the high? What's the low?
top of the frequency range. So when you
Okay.
like he was screaming earlier, the higher it is, the higher up the frequency.
Okay.
If you talk really low like this,
So-
then your frequency range is lower. I don't have a very low voice.
And when we're saying that it lets it pass, does that mean that it's filtering it out, or
Before
it's
it
picking
hits
it
the
up?
when it hits the microphone, it's immediately cutting out.
Okay.
It's not
Certain-
picking up
yeah.
either X amount of low frequencies on
Okay.
whatever the spectrum is, either which way.
So when you record your voice, typically we use like around an 80 hertz low cut or high pass. That means that all of the frequencies under 80 hertz are turned down a lot.
Okay.
If you guys have ever opened up an EQ on your voice in a DAW, you will know that there's not too much on your voice under 80 hertz that is really usable. What you do hear when you record is that AC. A lot of that down there. If you have a very tinny voice like Ariana Grande, you can get aggressive and go up to the 160. If I am recording a stand-up bass, I will not use this because I want to record the low frequencies. Not all mics have these features. This is amazing. Let's put that away responsibly and close it up. This is
Tried
Steven.
and true.
This is Steven's favorite right here.
I don't know if it's my favorite,
Oh,
but
no,
that's
this
the
is
tried and
not,
true.
this is an SM48.
Oh, lame. Where's the 58? I just grabbed. That's definitely out of 58.
Okay. This is an SM.
58.
That is a 58.
Is that a wireless 58?
That's a wireless 58.
That's why.
That's a way different beast. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
This is an SM48. It's a Shure microphone. This is called a dynamic microphone. This is the one that Steven was talking about being a workhorse. This is in that same family. I could drop this. I could step on it. I could run over it with my car. Chances are it'll probably still record something at the end of it. This is a dynamic microphone. When you have a dynamic microphone, it will not be as loud as a condenser. It will not be as clear and crispy as a condenser. But you can go louder into it, and you do not need to give it power. It will work without 48 volt power. You do not need to send phantom power to this. Pass this around, Phil. It's pretty simple. What you will notice on it, though, is it does have a cardioid, it does have a polar pattern written on it to tell you what kind of stuff it records. And it's really just a cardioid pattern. Very simple. Maybe a hypercardioid. You can use those on everything.
And we're talking, when we say cardio power, we're talking about
Cardioid pattern.
I'm listening to songs.
I don't know this is wrong. You better write a verse off of it.
She pulled up the pictures from last time, dude. I saw that and I lost it. I was like, oh, you came prepared.
Y'all know about the
Who was I messing with? Angie. It was Angie I was messing with last time. Her notes were hilarious. It was like
Her notes were
hours
half
long.
written and then she just started doodling.
Oh man, she's good. Where's she at? Okay. So, what other microphones do we guys have? Somebody next. Somebody next.
Where's we call it our Beyonce. Oh, that one. You can turn that one. Our Beyonce mic.
Why is that the Beyonce?
No, that's not the Beyonce mic. We
No,
have a
Beyonce mic is you know the Beyonce. Oh, it's wait, this is not what they're.
We gotta wait for it to come out. We gotta wait for it to come out.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
wait on the
That
Beyonce
one.
mic.
Yeah.
I want that. I want to see that.
I would say it's the box.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is what's called a
Remember.
PZM mic.
After again, show me that.
Why do you guys have this?
It's a good question. You
My
tell me.
Father was the first person who ever showed me this mic. You place it on a surface and it records.
Oh, we do a lot of podcasting and like we'll have group.
No, this is a
discussions.
beta. This is for kick drums, dude.
Really?
Yeah, you throw it you throw it in the kick drum.
Really?
Yeah. He's a low frequency really well. Unless I'm crazy.
No,
Oh.
it's a PZM mic.
It says
Mount it.
it's a beta 91.
Pick it up. Revisit. You're gonna have to park that for a second. Those aren't that common, but we'll tell you why and where and all that stuff. Yase's coming out.
We
Who-
call it the bean.
Who had the 48?
I do.
Let's put that away.
Shure Beta 91.8 condenser kick drum microphone.
Wow. It is a PZM mic though.
Yeah, but it's you throw it inside the kick drum and it picks it up.
Okay.
That's
And
crazy.
so
It's
I
just like
wouldn't
a good-
use that for anything except kick drums or tom drums or some stuff like that. It is a condenser mic, so what does it need? That's right, phantom power. Without phantom power, how will it sound?
Like nothing.
It won't.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, Beyonce, how fitting.
Oh my gosh.
This is a Neumann U87. This is widely considered as one of the most versatile vocal recording mics ever made. This was the first mic that I knew someone had money when I was coming up, if they had this mic. On the front, you can see that it has a picture of a polar pattern. You can also see a switch here.
Oh, okay.
What did I just change that to?
Omni.
That's right. You're quick. Omni means what? When this is on Omni, what am I recording?
Everything.
That's right. Okay. What's the other setting here? Figure eight. When this is set to
what's
figure eight.
the name of that though? Like the technical name.
Figure eight.
Oh, okay.
Or
Okay.
bidirectional.
Okay.
Picks up on both sides.
That's right. Now, it picks up in a bubble on both sides, like a sphere. If you are here, it will not pick you up.
Mm-hmm.
If I want to face the mic this way and record it, what do I need to be set on?
Omni.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There's only 3 settings for the polar patterns on this mic. If you are recording vocals, you will record by yourself. You will put it on what? Cardioid.
Mm-hmm.
And what does cardioid look like?
A heart.
A heart.
Yeah.
Who can set this to cardioid for me?
Make sure you drop it a few times. Watch the fear enter your eyes.
All right.
Saw you imagining it falling.
Let's pass this around very responsibly and carefully. Take a look at the mic. Take a look at some of the things on the back, all around it. What are we in for? I can tell you one thing right now that I notice is that there's no... All these mics have a way to get clipped onto a stand. That mic goes into what we call a shock mount. A shock mount basically uses a web of elastic to separate the mic from being able to pick up vibrations because they are very sensitive microphones. Now, I'm gonna let them pass it and then I'll set it up.
Shock mount.
This is the shock mount here. Now, this is a large diaphragm condenser mic. That means, what do we need to do to get it to sound like anything?
48 power.
Phantom power, that's right. Without phantom power, how will this sound? It won't. That's right. Now, when we're looking at this microphone, aside from the cardioid, and switch the cardioid patterns if you want on the front, you see how the switches feel. What other functions does this microphone have?
Sorry, just holding this mic scares me. It reminds me of work.
What other functions does this microphone have besides just multiple polar patterns?
That one had a decibel.
Oh, so
Negative 10 decibel.
And what is that? It was on the other mic as well.
Oh, I didn't notice.
The pad.
The pad. So what that's telling you is that when you switch that it is recording at whatever that number is less. What else is on here?
There's a little 670 thing. I don't know what that is.
Stuff on the back.
That is our low cut.
Okay.
Low cut filter or high pass or roll off. It's rolling off the frequencies under a certain point. How much quieter is this going to record if I have this selected?
10 decibels quieter.
That's right. Now, this doesn't tell you anything. This doesn't tell you what it cuts at. When it doesn't tell you that, the standard is 80. If I have this hooked up to an upright bass, do I want this selected? No, I don't, because I want to capture the low frequencies. If I am recording your voice, do I want this selected?
Yeah.
Yes, I do. You know why? Because you don't have a lot going on that's useful in a recording beneath 80 to me. Unless you're doing something very like intentional or weird, then of course there's no wrong answers, but there's, you know, everything can be a right answer with this stuff. Is there anyone who hasn't had a chance to put hands on this yet? Beyonce mic? Feel the power? Honestly though, the Beyonce mic is really Telefunken Elam 251. That's what she uses. I've been in sessions with her. I've seen it. And a lot of singers nowadays use that mic.
So,
But that is an amazing microphone.
for the purpose of our young people recording, when they decide to come into the studio, when would be a time that this mic gets pulled out?
I pull it out every single time. Me personally. If you're in here recording a first draft idea and you're not sure, then there's a million other microphones you can use.
Right. Yeah.
But when you're going in and you're like,
Ready to
hey,
record.
I'm recording for the record that I want to, you know, this is for the record. This is for the reference that I want Beyonce to listen to. I want to show you guys something. Check this out. Look at that. See that? This is the shock mount. This is to that. No vibrations get to that mic. It is a large diaphragm condenser. You give it phantom power and it picks up everything in the room. If I plugged it in right now and recorded, all you would hear, aside from our voices, is from that. That's how good that mic is. That's how much that picks up. That's the reason why we don't put things like this on snare drums and stuff like that. We don't need... If you put something like this on a snare drum, there's a potential that you could damage it.
Yeah.
It has a very sensitive, large diaphragm condenser that is affected by harsh sounds. If you hit a snare drum into that, you could break the diaphragm. I would use this on vocals. I would use this on guitar. Probably wouldn't go too far beyond that. But there's no limitations to anything. If you want to put this in here, the first thing I would do is make sure this is tight. That way this doesn't fall down on you. Sits in there, and you screw from the bottom. There's a million different ways to mount these guys. You can mount them upside down. You can mount them sideways. It's really about whatever records the source the best. There's different miking techniques where you might want a mic directly facing the sound source. And I'll show you in a second. Like this. Sometimes you want it to face like this, so you're recording more of what's down the throat. Sometimes you're recording what's happening nasally. You can control sound. Mic placement is very important. You can read, you can watch YouTube videos. The best way to understand mic placement is by trial and error, which means the first time you set up a mic and record it, it may not be what you want. The second time you do it, it may not be what you want. The 40th time you do it, it may not be what you want. But you will start to understand where you place this and how the sound changes. Also where you stand in a room. If you stand facing the corner, you're going to sound different than if you stand in the middle. If you stand next to that window and put your back to it or put your side to it, everything is going to sound different. It's all about what you're looking for and what's good enough. Who else has a different mic? What do we have here?
I had a question.
Yes.
When you were saying position matters, if you wanted to just do like a simple thing like record vocals, how close would you be, or how would you set it up height-wise?
If I'm just right off the rip, I would just go probably straight on or slightly tilted down, and I would stay anywhere from about 8 inches to a foot from the source.
Okay.
These microphones are very sensitive, like I said. When you say things like your S's, it picks up sibilants very well, sometimes too well. When you say words like boom and puh, those are called plosives. Sometimes, if you're gained up too high, those translate very loudly to the point where it's not usable.
Okay.
How we combat that is called a windscreen or a pop filter. That's when you see that mesh thing that sits in between. You don't want the mesh thing too close to the mic. You don't want it too far from the mic. You want it 4 inches from the source, generally. This is called a Stedman. Am I right? This is a Sterling, but it's based on the Stedman design. This is one of the higher end ones. You can sing all day on this. One thing I would ask you to do after you're done singing all day on it is to clean it. It will smell. If you spit on this all day yelling, it will stink. The one thing you do not want to do is set this up for someone else to come use it and they go, what is that? My mic is here, I'll set it up here. If I'm recording here, I'd set it up here. Somewhere in between. Play with it. Play with the distances. There's times when it'll fit right on here, conveniently. There's times when I pull out a whole second mic stand just to position this.
I have a question. Will you recommend us to use that for singing every time we use that mic?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. With the dynamic mics, not so much. But what's going to happen is, when you start to record, you will see what you need. You know, when you go, pop it, and it blows up on you, it's time to pull this thing out and start to figure out where this needs to be to make that go away. Who has more mics? Do a couple more. What do we have here? Yeah, we did that one. And it's useful. Those are very useful mics. What do we have there?
Should be on here too.
RE320 dynamic quarter wide microphone.
Okay, so it's telling you some stuff. Who makes it?
EV.
EV. That's short for electro voice. That microphone started out as a standard broadcast microphone. When you went to a radio station, that's what they would have up for a very long time. And that is the only thing they would have up. They would have them on boom stands, swing them around. It is a dynamic mic, meaning, how does it get its power?
It doesn't need the...
That's right.
House.
That's right. It doesn't need power. It just takes it. Can I see this? Very interesting microphone. Looks different than all the other microphones. These are called delay ports. These help. They do something with the sound without getting too far into it so that it is very directional right here. If you were to cover all of these for some reason, this now turns into an omni mic and records the whole room. So something's happening in here that makes it directional, and when you take that away, all the direction and the intention of it is lost. So it opens it up. If you want to use this as a room mic, tape these off. It's a big mic. It's good for speech. If audio books, overdubbing movies, poetry.
Would you record any type of vocals on that mic or no?
There is no wrong
Or
answer
it
to that
would
question.
depend on how it sounds and you getting mixed.
Now, if I had to go right off of the reference, I would say if I'm doing speech, audiobooks, somebody talking, something like that, that would be where I start, maybe. But there's no wrong answers. You can sing into that thing too, it still records sound. And I encourage everybody to take the time to play with these things. Just because something's designed with something in mind doesn't mean you can't use it. These are all artistic tools that can be used in any way. I know people that put things like that under a desk and use the recording that happens under the desk. This is still art at the end of the day. More mics. What else do we got? When you open that up, I'd love to know what that microphone is.
Okay, it's the Soundstar MK2, I believe. And
Really?
I think who makes it is Biodynamic.
Biodynamic, yes, they do. Can I see that?
Mm-hmm.
This looks like an M88, but it's not. Soundstar Mark II. Interesting. Right off the rip, I would say, can I see that box?
Yeah.
See what comes in. This is a mic clip, normal stuff. I think this is just a dynamic microphone. There it is. What does it say? Unidirectional, which means it's a directional dynamic microphone. Much like the SM58 or the SM48 or the SM57. You can treat it just like that. Super simple. If you guys want to pass this around and take a look at it.
So I have a question. What are the benefits of, if they're very similar, what are the difference between all those mics?
Frequency responses,
Okay.
tonal characteristics, colors, little things like that.
Your voice might sound really good with one mic and sound awful objectively in terms of color or how it picks up on a different person's voice. So they can all be, you can have many mics that are all look the same and by all means function exactly the same way, but because of the internal wiring and the capsule on it can react differently. So I know people that will take really old vintage mics and replace the capsules on them to get different sounds, and will actually sort of almost in a way build their own mics. If they have like an artist that they always work for, they will sit and they'll spend a day with 30 mics.
Yep.
And just have an artist sing lines through each of those mics and see what sounds the best. And then whenever that artist comes, they use that mic, or they use this mic with that capsule, and they just know to unscrew it when this person comes in. You can get really, as it is as much technical as it is art. It is as much.
But the more of that you do, the less of it you have to do moving forward.
Yeah.
You start to recognize, you hear a voice like hers and understand what kind of microphone you might use and why you would use that. And much like the microphones have different colors and characteristics, the preamps do too. And all the gear does. So you start to learn how these combinations start to complement or not complement each other.
And so like there's a U87, right?
Yeah.
So like a U87 is objectively going to be the like quote unquote nicest microphone in here, but it might not be the best choice for a lot of voices. Actually, I find it personally to not be the best choice a lot of the times. Where an objectively cheaper, arguably less nice mic, regularly sounds better on a lot of people. It has the name, it has the style, it has the branding, right? But just because it's expensive or deemed better doesn't mean it's the right choice. A U87 might sound a certain way on someone, and actually you find that a 57 or a 58, which is a very expensive microphone versus $100 hammer, but you might find that actually that gives you the tone you want or the sound that you're looking for, right? Doing this stuff is also in itself an art form. Engineering is in of itself an art form as well.
Before we move on to that mic too, I just wanted to share that because Dr. Gail and Dr. Tori are watching via live, which is why I've been moving around these cameras. So, and Dr. Gail did say that she also uses that for good acoustic recordings of her grand piano.
There you go.
The Biodynamic. So,
there you go. Before we go here, because this is a different beast, let's look in there. I think what we have here What's that?
Says sure.
Let's see. Let's see if that's a 57. I'm interested in. If it's not, if we've hit it already, it's a 57. All right. This is a Shure mic. This is the same type of Shure mic as the others. Slightly different characteristic. This is another dynamic microphone. What you're noticing is that the top of it looks different. This does not have that windscreen on the top of it. We use these a lot on guitar cabinets, snares. You can still use it for vocals, but you can see that the top is built for more like source recording.
Direct.
It's still a dynamic microphone. It's still a cardioid microphone. So you know the rules with that stuff. You don't need to send it 48 volt power. This is arguably one of the most usable mics. If you only had this mic, you could knock out everything. If this mic got dropped and ran over by a car, it would probably still work. These are some of the toughest things. They've been around forever. And as soon as they were on the scene, they have been some of the most popular mics you'll ever see. You'll see these at every single studio. And you will see not only one, these things are like cockroaches.
It's see them on every single stage, too.
3 or 4 or 5 of these. Or 6 of these somewhere, you know? They're usable for so much stuff. You can pass that around and take a look at it. That is going to be what I'm interested in next. That is a drum set mic kit. You can use those mics for anything, but as it says, I would generally stick to using them on drums. Is this an Audix? Is this Audix stuff? Yes. These mics are meant to be used on a drum set, so there's different mics for different reasons. This is an Audix D6. This is for the kick drum. If you were recording a kick drum, you would put this up to the kick drum. Where it goes on the kick drum is up to you. Sometimes you stick it in the hole, sometimes you have it back a little while to pick up some more sound. These are small diaphragm condenser mics, guys. What does that mean for power? It needs the phantom power. These are typically used for overheads on drum kits. Because of that, they have a roll-off of 150 hertz. That means they're not interested in capturing that much low-end frequency because they're up here capturing cymbals, air. They're really good for that. They also have a pad on them. So when your guy is going crazy like Wild Thing on the drums, you can bring them back a little bit and control the sound a little bit better. We're not going to go into how to mic today with all of this stuff. There's a million different possibilities of how you would use these two things to mic to do a stereo miking, but that's almost a new course in itself. Just because we're a little tighter on time, I just want to get through some of these other mics. D4. I think this is a tom mic, a floor tom mic. Am I wrong?
Are they all the same?
No, those are i5. Let's see what they got. What they say.
I assume this would be snare top and bottom, almost certainly.
Yeah, D6 is going to be a kick. D4 is that's this. This is going to be a tom mic, your floor tom, the one that sits on the ground. The D2s are going to be, these jokers are going to be your rack toms. Those are the ones that sit up next to the snare drum. These are the snare top and bottom. I don't know where the other i5 is. There's space for it. I don't know if it came with 1 or 2. Doesn't say. Oh, and as you can see on this paper, that will kind of tell you, if you guys want to pass that around, what should be used on what or how they suggest. You can record vocals in any of these. It'll sound how it sounds. There's no wrong answers, but if you're looking for the right way to use these mics, those are the suggestions in the kind of rule book right there for them. As with anything in this studio, if you want to know how to use it, read the manual. All manuals are on Google now, so there's really no excuses. All you need to know is the brand name and the model number, and you can look up anything and dive right into it.
That's how I've got most of my jobs. Is I go, I know how to do that, and then I read the manual. And sometimes I've read the manual while on the job. That's stressful. I don't suggest that, but it works.
I've done it before as well. All right, last mic.
Oh, can I work these cables?
Huh?
Can I work these?
In a studio setting, no. But in a setting where I want to give a speech, then sure. Like, you know, maybe I'm walking around and I'm all over this place or something like that. You also have to set up the paddles and all that stuff too, right? That's crazy. We use these in live sound. We use these for Doja Cat and Janet Jackson and NBA Youngboy. They all have this kind of thing. And you turn on the mic and radio frequencies transmit this to somewhere else where someone else deals with. There's a separate person that deals with the radio
whole job.
frequencies. There's a separate person that deals with just the gain of this mic and how it sounds and how it's affected in the ear mixes and all of this stuff. There's a person that deals with the paddles, the radio frequency paddles, to make sure that all the frequencies are covered. There's a person that scans the frequencies multiple times a day to make sure that you're using the frequencies that aren't being used by the cops or a TV station or a radio station or something like that. Because if you set it wrong, you'll pick up all that stuff. There's all this sound that's going through the air all the time that's being used. And people use these specific sets of channels and for different reasons. And if you tune into that stuff, you will hear what's going on.
So it's kind of public.
Yeah. I mean, there's radio frequencies going through this room right now with all kinds of different information.
We all got in a car and turned on the radio. So the radio frequency is hitting there, and they're all broadcasting at a very specific radio frequency wavelength. And so when you use those, you have to not pick those, because otherwise, then you're going to pick up the same way your car radio will pick it up with an antenna. You're basically setting up a bunch of antennas, and if you tune to that radio frequency, you're going to pick it up in a place you don't want it. So you have to find what radio frequency wavelengths, channels. You have to find radio channels that aren't being used.
Yeah. There's computer programs and all this stuff and graphs that come up that'll let you know what's being used and what's not being used, and guidelines. Certain frequencies you can't even access that the government uses that you could never even tap into unless you had special hacked out modded gear and stuff like that. Yeah, this is a lot bigger of an undertaking. So for the purposes of recording, I would stay away from this microphone unless you got into live sound or needed to set up some type of event, in which case we could not cover what needs to happen with this microphone inside of this class. This is a lot of people's career. When this microphone shows up on the show, 3 people have jobs. Full jobs for the day.
But I think that's also a good point to touch on. Like we talk about all the time, there's tons of jobs in the industry. That's 3 people's jobs. That's
we work with a guy whose entire livelihood makes a very, very good living renting packs of 2 of those mics sometimes and a receiver. Makes an incredible living.
Yeah, we share a warehouse space with him, and he's very, very busy.
Like just renting the equipment?
Yep.
Just renting it?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Renting it.
That's
He'll staff.
Our business is
staff 2-3 people on it.
Equipment as well. Not for wireless. We do it we rent interfaces that run show sound.
Even the smallest show that you guys go to will have 10 to 15 people minimum working on it.
Yeah.
So on big stages, when you have these 100-foot catwalks and 300-foot stages, hundreds of people are there from a week beforehand. You go to an arena, there will be 300 people a week beforehand just setting things up. Day of show, hundreds of new people show up to get it set, to get it started, you know?
This is true.
Like, so when you rent it, you rent it. You also employ people to. Oh, that's so.
We employ someone that's trained with this stuff.
So they show up with the equipment and they.
Yep. Steven preps all the equipment before it goes out. He builds it, rebuilds it.
Wow.
He actually just finished building probably $100,000 worth of gear to go out and do a show in Mexico
One show.
for a week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's lots of training that goes into it just because these people go out and they have to work in the field and they have to know what they're doing. He's laughing because these guys, you know, they still deal with some crazy issues all the time. But yeah, to his credit, there is an immense amount of positions available in the music industry on all sides. When I was growing up, I used to think that you were either Jay-Z or you didn't have a job in the music industry. I didn't even know there was a person that makes a beat. I didn't know there was a person that tells someone how to sing. I didn't know there was a separate person that writes the song. I didn't know that people who play instruments had jobs doing this stuff. I didn't know that there were people who just mix the music. And it goes on and on and on. Label side, promotion, marketing, strategy, all this stuff. Assistance. Yeah, it's almost endless. So dive in, and if you know, just go with your heart with this stuff. You know, sometimes I wanted to be a rapper for a little while. Clearly, that did not work for me. I found something else that seems to be playing to my strengths a little bit better. And it could be the same for you guys. You could dive into something and find out, hey, listen, you know, this isn't exactly what I wanted to be, or I'm not as in love with this as I was with the idea of this. But that doesn't mean that there's not a lane for you in this industry. It's someone's job to run this studio, I'm sure. That's a gig in the music business in itself, with all the people that come in and out of here.
Side note on that, I actually think this is really important, aside from all of this. It's like okay to change your mind on what you want to do in music. And I say that because like I really held on for a long time that I like wanted to do this whatever XYZ thing was for so long. And like I didn't actually like it at all when I started doing it, you know? And like that's cool. It's okay to like be like, I want to be an artist. And then you're like, actually, I really don't like being in front of people on stage, but you like writing songs, and you can be a songwriter. Or like, actually, I don't like any of that, and I want to be a nerd, you know, and I want to do shop stuff, which is something I've ended up doing, you know. I started as a recording engineer, you know, for Universal Records at like 19. And like, I hate recording now. It's awful, you know. I was like, it's like late nights and just like not super fun, and I was like, oh, I don't actually like, you're allowed to change your mind, and that's really 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 I think the most important thing.
And you can still love music and change your mind a million times.
Yeah. It's super important though.
What time is it?
3:24.
Do you guys want to ask any questions? I kind of want to open this up to you guys for the last little bit of this and see if there's any questions we can answer. There's no limits. It can have something to do with the studio. It can have something to do with professional music. It could have something to do with finances or beat making or any of that stuff.
I don't know if I got you for finances.
Don't spend it. That's my finances, please. Charge it to the game. I just wanted my water.
I think there was just also one question just before we kind of wrap up the mics is, you know, obviously we got through like a ton of mics here. We have a lot of different mics here. There's obviously like plenty more mics out there. Is there a reason that Shure mics get used the most often? Is it just the availability, the price? They're usually used
sturdy.
Cheap, sturdy, versatile.
Gotcha.
100%. You can use them on so much stuff. That 57 mic we just passed around is $100.
Yeah.
So Gail won't be as mad when you drop that one.
It's Tori who's going to come after you, really.
It's Gail I'm more scared of, honestly, if I would be honest. No, we love them.
Yes.
Until they're bad. Questions? Anybody? Anything? Really?
Yeah, I have a question. So, all that we learned in this few hours, what do you recommend somebody who's trying to learn this? Like, do you think a certain school degree to get, or interning for somebody, or just watching YouTube videos, or? And that's like a pre-thought I had because I saw like an ad on IG the other day, and it was like a book, and I was like, okay, was this something good? And I saved it. I was like, should I get a book or what?
I think the most important thing to recognize before you take that journey is, how do you learn best?
Mm-hmm.
Some people really benefit from going to school through a structured program and getting information divulged to them that way.
Mm-hmm.
Some people learn better studying under a mentor and having someone like show them the ropes and yell at them and correct them and make them think through things. Some people learn better by themselves. Some people like to read a book. Some people like to listen to a book. Some people like to watch a YouTube video. Some people, it's a mixture of everything. For me, the number one step I would take is time in the room. If you can have time in the room to put into practice the things you've learned today and familiarize yourself with them. You know, when we were talking about when they said they set up all the mics and we record things with all these different mics to see how they sound? That's really tedious. It's boring. But that's the kind of thing that will help you understand to no end what these mics do, why you would use them, what you like, why you like it. And when you keep doing these things, they become muscle memory. They start to get worked in. So then you know what gets phantom power and what doesn't. And you don't have to go look through a book to tab through. And then you stop looking at the manuals because you've read the manual 2 times, or you've got the information you need out of it 3 times. Or you called in a lifeline and someone coached you through something. And then past that point, it's recognizing how you learn. If you went to school and you were a straight A student and you did great with teachers and things like that, then maybe that's how you need to learn. Me personally, I'm horrible in that scenario. I had a problem with authority. I didn't receive information well sitting at a desk. I need to touch things. I need to be in the fire to learn. I need time in the room. That was for me. And I was so interested in it that I just kept, it's endless. Just like anything else, the knowledge well is endless. You can learn for 50 years about this stuff and still have 50 years more to learn about all of this stuff. And so I was interested enough to just keep going, to keep understanding, and to keep questioning, and to keep wondering, and to keep absorbing knowledge. And I kind of want that for the rest of my life. I want to keep learning about not just music, everything I'm interested in. I went to SAE. I didn't finish. I went to college. I didn't finish. I know other people that went to college and finished, and they took off. They went to NYU, Clive Davis School of Recording and Music, and they have very promising careers, and they're 21 with top mentors in the game and part of Grammy University and all that stuff, and that's great. It works for them. It did not work for me. Some people just go to ASCAP and talk to the rep and get put in the rooms, and that's how they do well. Some people just need to be in a room and write a song. I wish I could tell you what the right step is, but everybody is different. And I'm sure in this room there's 10 different ways you guys will learn.
I had a question about the mics when you're plugging them in and you're using that 48 volts. I remember one of the engineers here had mentioned something about like pressing 48 before you plug it in or after, like things like that, so that the mic doesn't blow. I guess that's my question.
If you have to do it in any order of things, 48 volt after it's plugged in,
right?
48 volt before it's unplugged.
Think of 48 volt like a power switch.
Okay.
You know how you don't want to just always unplug it out the wall?
Yeah, if you have a lamp and it's already on when you plug it in,
You're not going to unplug it from the wall. You're going to flip the switch. Think of it like that.
Perfect. Okay. Thank you.
Does anybody have any questions about EPKs? I know Dr. Gill brings those up a lot.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I did want to know because I know there is a difference between an artist and a band one. What specific things would a band one need that an artist one doesn't? If there's a difference.
Am I tripping? What's the EPK?
Yeah.
EBK.
What? Guys.
A what?
Really?
Electronic
This theory is like a deck for an artist.
Branding kit. Yeah.
Oh
okay.
man, you are asking the wrong dude.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
One sheet. Make a really nice one sheet.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter.
Whatever fits on one piece of paper.
Everyone's got the attention span of a goldfish
Yeah.
these days. So like,
Right. Okay.
short, quick, simple, look good. Something that makes you go, and easy.
Okay.
You not too many. I gotta click this and do
Yeah.
that and whatever. Like whatever's the fastest way to the information that you want to get in the most composed, good-looking way that represents you.
Intention is rewarded. Knowing how to explain your music and what you want is very important. It's okay not to know that, but if you go into the wrong rooms without understanding that first, that will not serve you. People will call you out. They'll be like, hey, listen, love the music, but you don't even know what your show looks like. You don't even know what your demographic is. You don't know any of that stuff. I would always say, artist first, let the music lead. But yeah, the EPK stuff is a very real thing for people who are trying to be perceived as artists, even producers or professional personalities nowadays. Steve is right though. Keep it short, sweet, intentional, direct, and know. Think about it. You think about this stuff all day. Think about yourself as an artist. Think about who your fans might be.
Think of it like a resume.
Yeah.
You know how you have a resume for a job? I will tell you right now, I sift through all our resumes. If the resume is like, I will look at resumes and go, this is not relevant to me at all. Like, don't put information I don't care about. Don't try and brag on your resume, your EPK or whatever, right? Like, it's because if you're sending it to someone, like I get a lot of resumes, I will immediately go, oh, this is not worth my time. I'm doing 1,000 things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It has to stand out, but not be like obnoxious. Don't make it feel like, oh, this is a waste of my time, or this is a lot of work, or you know, and put thought into it, but like do your art first. And then, I think that's important.
I want to ask, what would be your main advice for a young creative who, isn't like in one lane of just playing an instrument?
They will show you exactly what your strengths and weaknesses are over time. Where you want to focus, what you love, what you don't love. Do all of the things. I run a sound company for live sound. I used to want to be a rapper. I've been rapping for a long time. I was writing records for a very long time. I still produce. I still play bass. I still play piano. I still record people. I still build studios for people. I do wiring. I do everything I'm interested in. And when it doesn't serve me anymore, I don't do it.
Okay.
But all of this stuff with music, it all makes you better. Everything. Understanding business makes you a better business person for music. Understanding how to play a piano makes you a better producer. Understanding how to sing. If you have to talk to a singer and speak in a language they know, if you've never sung or tried to sing, how are you going to tell someone what to do with their mouth or their throat, or to smile when they sing, or to put their neck back, or to tilt their head up? How would you understand that? So all of it's part of the whole package.
What is something minor that a lot of artists overlook that would be very beneficial for them?
Waiting for the right moment instead of just doing. If you feel like, I'm guilty of this, I can't work on my project until I have a studio built. And I can't have some little rinky-dinky studio. I need an amazing studio to work on my project. Now, my project doesn't come out for 10 years, 11 years, 12 years, because I've completely discounted it for another separate goal. I can't do a show until I have 20 songs. Now I'm not going to do a show. What if I can't come up with 20 songs? Instead of just doing what you know how to do and not being scared. Everybody has a process. Everybody starts somewhere and ends up somewhere else. And being scared of people seeing you at this stage because that's how you perceive yourself will keep you from a lot of opportunities and growth. So just do. If you feel like you can't put out the record now because it doesn't sound a certain way or the mix isn't right, who cares? The people that like that will really dig it in 5 years when you're here and when your mix sounds like this. A lot of people don't see the vision for you and will only become a part of that when they see the momentum they need to see. You don't create that by holding back. You really capture that by just building, and everything starts from nothing. And you have to be comfortable with just going with it at any level. You'll get better tomorrow. You'll be better tomorrow than you were today. In a year, even better. And if you're not, you need to adjust what you're doing and who you're around to kind of to feed that, you know?
Thank you.
Of course.
When producing, you know, like the placing certain instruments on each beat or quarter note. How do you understand the science of that? Because sometimes I'm like, okay, I have rhythm, but like the technical, like a hi-hat is like every 1 1/3, or
No, it's not.
or just like
Hi-hats wherever you want it.
you just
It's a feel before
Okay,
it's
gotcha.
anything else, and there's no wrong answers with music. There's just opinions.
Mhm.
And you could do it wrong in your mind and have 100 fans that are like, yo, I love the way that guy does his hi-hats on the 2 and the 3. It's up to you. You know what you like to hear.
Alright.
And if you're having trouble figuring out what you're doing, listen to things you like and emulate them. And that will bring you closer to where you want to be. At first, it'll be a copycat kind of thing, and you'll start to sound like somebody, and then you'll kind of fall into your own lane of how you've incorporated that, interpolated it, and then made it your own. Then that becomes your sound. And you will do that for the rest of your life.
Gotcha.
Bunch of know-it-alls, huh? No questions?
I got any more questions. What about, we have this EP coming up, and most of y'all in the room are taking part in that. Do you think there's any questions that you have around that? Like around maybe how to collaborate as artists, what the production side's going to look like? I know some of you want to be on the technical side, so you want to be in the studio, right? You don't necessarily want to be performing.
Actually, for Steven, I was gonna ask, like, how'd you learn, like, to build all this stuff? Like, where did that come from, like, to learn how to do it? Because it's obviously hard.
Well, specifically for YS, this is a very fun story. I have a very extensive history in studio building, and all that was I kept showing up to rooms, and people literally kept saying, "Can you do this?" And I said, "Yes." And I had no idea what I was doing. And so I just looked it up on the internet.
You see how he took the opportunity before he was comfortable?
So I did that. I did that for many years. Right when it gets to I now build all these rigs for YS, and with YS on a lot of stuff, I help wire the studio. I had met YS through my previous mixing mentor, and he was doing live sound stuff. I loosely knew live sound stuff. I went to a rehearsal with him, and got introduced to somebody who then taught me how to sort of QC very simple rigs and work on them and all that. And then this is a funny story, which is why I'm saying it so sillily. Is at the top of like 2022, I think, is when I started really working with you. YS handed me 5 rigs that I knew nothing about and said they all have to be ready in a week. And gave me one phone number for a guy who wasn't really available for phone calls. And said, I need them done. And I went, oh, okay. And then I spent the next week awake 24 hours every single day. And then I got them all to work. And then through that, everything else felt way easier. And it was, we have all of the information in the entire world at our fingertips. And
which is something we didn't have when we were growing up. I don't know if any of you guys can relate to that.
None of them.
None of the information was available. You had to know a guy or go to school.
Yeah. So like, learn, and this is like stupid sounding. Like, learn how to Google. Like, get really good at Googling. I find almost the answer to every single problem in a forum that looks like it was made in 2004 from a really old guy who's just kind of angry. Who was like correcting
Reddit.
someone, you know, literally in 2010. And I go, oh, that's literally the answer to my problem.
Wow.
And it's just like Googling. Someone out there, nothing that we are doing is unique or different or like necessarily never been done before. We are just sort of repurposing and changing ideas, but the foundations of everything that we do has already happened. So if you need to understand how it works or why it exists, it usually just takes like a little bit of research. I mean, YS literally pays me like not a small amount of money sometimes to sit in our warehouse and like figure out the answer to a problem.
This is true.
You know, we have many phone calls about
forms of people.
Yeah.
But a lot of times in the forms of technical and
there, you never know where the answer is going to come from. There are people that are just starting, specifically our field, you know, for whatever reason, that like know a lot more about like one specific thing than I do. And just because I objectively know like more broad spectrum about whatever this field is that we're in than them, like they know a lot about this one program I used twice. And as hard as it is for me to not let my ego get in the way, you know, it's about like not letting your ego get in the way. And like the guy who's 3 years younger than you might know a lot more than you and be able to teach you if you're willing to learn. And that's really, really important. Say yes and Google it.
No questions over here. This is the no questions. This is the EPK couch, huh?
EPK couch.
Okay.
All right, I have a question. How would you go about finding a mentor or an internship in order to learn all this stuff?
Keep saying yes and showing up early and being the last one to leave. Eventually someone will like your work ethic.
This is true. You can't be afraid of the hard work. Obviously, we're attracted to people who do things that inspire us and that we respect. So, you know, if I had to pick a mentor, maybe I'd pick somebody like Pharrell, right? But the reality of Pharrell mentoring me is obviously much more diminished, especially since, like, you know, I'm not that close with Pharrell. On that level. We're going to stop right there. I've worked with Pharrell many times. Okay. But we're not at the level where I can show him my work ethic, but there's other people that maybe don't have the Pharrell accolades that have recognized my work ethic and they see something in me. Obviously, when somebody is mentoring you, at least in the music industry, there's this kind of bi-directional flow of like, how can it serve both people? And how it serves you as the mentee usually doesn't translate in money, but it translates in experience and context. How it translates for a mentor, there are some really great people who just see you pushing that want to help you get there. There's even more people who are just interested in labor. That doesn't mean that you can't learn from them. I need a guy to work in my shop and sweep the floors up. If you were the guy to come by and sweep those floors, obviously your dream when you go to bed at night is not to sweep floors. But being in that environment, you start to be around people like Steven. There's a recording studio in the building. You start to be around people like his recording mentor and other artists that come in to use that. Other people, the guy that does the wireless stuff, that does shows. And now all they see is some hardworking kid in the building. When they have the opportunity to put someone to work, and it's not going to be a ton of money at first, but when they have the opportunity to be like, hey, listen, we need a guy for this. I need somebody I can count on. That guy that's been coming to the shop and sweeping floors and asking me questions on the side and kind of playing his part, like, he seems solid. Does he show up on time? Yeah. Does he stay late? Yeah. Does he kind of know what he's talking about when it comes to it? Yeah. Does he work really hard while he's here? Yeah. All right, let's take a shot at this guy. There's not a lot of money, but there's some experience and context that can come with this. And you do that for a while, and then all of a sudden, it starts to snowball. There definitely is. Don't be afraid to sacrifice comfortability up front for the life you want on the back end. A lot of people may have a job that pays them a good amount of money, and they have a hard time letting that go because they're like, why can't I just do this and then graduate to this next stage of life? And Steven and I have both been homeless. I've lived in my recording studio with no running water and couch surf to take showers for years.
I slept on Skid Row when I first moved out here.
Yeah, so like, and, you know, it doesn't have to be that drastic. Don't go to Skid Row and sleep. Please.
That's not like a you have to do that to succeed, you know. And I wouldn't suggest doing that. But like I was homeless 4 times before I was 23, you know, for different reasons.
I've left well-paying jobs to do jobs that pay barely anything with people that were doing things that I respected or wanted to be closer to, just to meet people. And the tables turn all the time in the music industry. The guy who's sweeping floors can end up being the executive at some label 7 years down the line. People that I used to beg for opportunities. Some of these people now reach out to me begging for opportunities. So treat everyone nice, and don't be afraid to put in the work, and don't be afraid to sacrifice comfortability now. You may have to quit your job to do an internship that doesn't pay. That's horrible. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. But when they ask me who I want to hire, I'm more comfortable hiring the guy that's ready to throw it all out the window for something he cares about or something he loves than somebody who's like, I can't make it today. I gotta, this thing's more important to me than that. I'm going to think about that every single time.
And credit to all y'all because you showed up. You're here.
For real.
Yeah.
Why, no one's going to clap? That's crazy, guys. God dang. I was like, wow, I'm trying to left here. Wow.
That's good.
Any more questions or anything, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Earlier you said like now everything is on internet. We can just search it up, right? But like, I have a situation like now everything is on the internet, so I don't really know like which one is the right source material.
This is my favorite.
Yeah. So I'm terrible at mixing, so I search it up like how to mix. I see like a bunch of YouTube videos how to mix an hour, 15 minutes, but a minute. So I don't know like which one is.
Well, the answer is all of them.
Whoa.
So if I wanted to bake some cupcakes for you guys, I'm not a baker. So the first thing I'm going to do is go to Google. How many recipes do you think are going to pop up? Right. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and I'm going to read a bunch of them. I'm going to read 15 to 20 recipes. And then I'm going to see what the overlying themes are in them. and I'm gonna see what works. Oh, this person puts whipped cream in the thing. This person puts heavy cream in the thing. At a certain point, you have to do the work yourself too. So you take all these things you've learned, you kind of put them all together, and then you do your own thing with it, and it works or it doesn't. But that will carry you to the next step. It doesn't work, change it. If it does work, you got something. You'll run into a lot more doesn't work than does work for probably most of your life. But doesn't working isn't failing. That is helping you sharpen your tool, sharpen your mind. That knowing what doesn't work helps you understand what does work. You could try a million foods. Knowing what you don't like is just as helpful as knowing what you do like. It's the same thing. So, watch all the videos, read as much as you can, and then put it into practice and see what works for you. And there's a million different ways to get information. At a certain point, you'll be able to call some of the top mixers in the game and be like, hey man, like, how do you do this? And you'll see two things. You'll see some people that are very insecure and are threatened by the fact that you could learn something from them and be better than them. And they'll be very, very cautious about giving you information. And that's okay. You'll run into people that are like, oh bro, this is what I do. I'll send you my template, check it out. It may not be what works for you, but you will have access to it. But before you get to that point, obviously, ask your friends. There's people in this room that record. You guys have a wealth of knowledge amongst yourselves. You can all help each other. There's somebody who sings probably better than most of the people in this room. A certain style of music. You can learn a lot about how they record their voice. You can learn what doesn't work for them. Why they wouldn't use something. Why they don't use this plug-in or this mic.
I will also say, in a world where everyone's trying to sell you something, after a while, in the plug-in mixing thing, it's actually all the same, 4 core concepts, just sort of repackaged.
Yes.
If you, want to get really, really good at mixing, pick one EQ, one compressor, one reverb, and one delay, and, mix all your records with those, and you'll those you could even do actually one delay and not even a reverb, and you can really learn. That's the foundation of
less is more.
All mixing and panning and leveling. If you pan and level correctly, everything else is just cleaning.
The majority of our show builds are panning and leveling. It's not mixing. But we let the mixers mix, but our prep for a show, a lot of it with the music directors for these big artists, leveling and panning.
Yeah, and you don't. The best mix engineers that I've ever worked with use the stock Pro Tools or able.
Because it's the same concept.
Pharrell uses this. Literally only uses Logic instruments.
Yeah.
For his songs, you don't need. There's not a magic tool. There's not this crazy thing that will make all your mixes sound amazing. It if you get really good at the stock EQ, the 8-band EQ that comes in every single one, a compressor that sounds you kind of like I use Ableton. I use the G-Bus compressor. Love it. Sounds great. I can do everything I want with it. And then the only two other dynamics I use is I use Soothe and the C4 from Waves, and then I use 2 reverbs and 1 delay. I can mix all my records with just that.
It's the concept more so than anything else. It's the concept of what you're using, a reverb. It's the concept of compression. Once you get into all the other stuff, it's fine-tuning colors and preference and all of that stuff. But at the root of it, if you can't make the most amazing thing with the simplest tools, there's something lost there.
The stock stuff that comes in all the DAWs is
way more than enough.
Way so much more than enough.
You'd be surprised how many hit records are out that are just stock plugins.
Yeah.
And stock sounds, and you don't need to buy this Helion.
People are trying to sell you things, and I fell for it for a long time.
I still do.
Yeah. YS still does, guys.
Guys, hand over fist, man. I'm spending all my money on this stuff.
But yeah, like if you get really good at the stock things, if you understand how the stock things work, you can use anything in any of these DAWs to mix your records. It's the crazy, you know, dynamic Surf Rider EQ is really just like a bunch of concepts smashed together.
Yeah.
You know.
And if you ruined your mix, don't be afraid to
delete it and start again.
Tear it down and build it back up, and find where it's wrong, or mute the plugins or whatever until you can find where things went left. You can always rip it down and start again. It's hard to deal with sometimes when you've gone hours in a direction, but it's necessary for growth. And use the people around you. One of you guys mixes guitars better than the rest of them in this room. I'm sure of it. Somebody plays drums better than the rest of you guys in this room.
Do you guys have, like, on the top of your head, any YouTube channels or books that you can suggest? No. Just search.
I stopped watching this stuff.
Gotcha.
Because I got to the point where I understood the concept of what was happening. And what I found like was happening was I just had watched so much over, I've been doing this for a very long time, over 20 years. I have watched so much stuff. I've read so many books. There was never a moment where I read one or watched one and I was like, okay, I got it now. It was all like throwing mud against the wall and seeing what held up. And you get better so slowly, but you get better by actually putting it in practice. Watch one thing, watch two things, see what the most popular one is. Who's got the most views? There has to be a reason for that. Try there. Then read the comments and see there's someone under there that says, this guy sucks. You gotta watch this guy instead. Back in the day we used to watch Dave Pensato. All the time for everything.
Oh yeah.
That guy's dying now.
I met him. He's chill. He's old. I don't know if I can say that on live, but he's really good.
Yeah, back in the day, back when information first started to be available on YouTube.
Pensato's Palace?
Pensato's Place.
Pensato's Place.
Place or Palace?
I think it's Pensato's Place.
Those videos are 15 years old now. But guess what? Mixing hasn't changed that much. Exactly. It's all still very relevant information. The only thing that's changed is now the Atmos coding and all that stuff. One, don't put the cart before the horse, one thing at a time. Please learn how to understand stereo mixing before you get into 7.1 panning and surround sound. Understanding the fundamental information and then standing on the shoulders of that will always help you grasp all these concepts much easier than starting at the top.
The basics first.
The absolute basics.
Well, I want to be mindful of time. Thank you, YS and Steven. Huge thank you, seriously, for coming out and showing us around and a lot of important tidbits. We did, it's recorded, so if y'all want reference to this, we can go back. There's some parts where the Wi-Fi didn't work, so it might have cut out a little bit.
Record it quick. We will do that after fact. You guys want to help put these mics away and all this stuff? Take care of this studio, this beautiful studio that you guys have? Maybe one person stands at the thing and takes things one by one and kind of puts them away very neatly. And it's very important with the studio to not let it slip and slide into complete destruction. So one at a time, you guys hand my man something, and have big boxes first, maybe, and then smaller boxes, cables, that kind of thing.
Steven, I'm hungry.
Me too, dude. Let's eat. Let's eat, man. God, that's my favorite. Those are my favorite words. Let's eat.
You guys are awesome. Please feel free to reach out to them, or you guys can follow us on Instagram or whatever if you want.
I don't post on Instagram, so none of you can find anything interesting about me, unfortunately.
There's nothing interesting about him anyway.
There's actually, I don't do anything interesting.
Or if you guys are comfortable with that, you can always reach out to the YMAN people, and they will connect the dots. However you need it. There's always happy to help you guys. As long as I don't have to drive back out here like 3 times a week.
Thank you.
Of course, thank you. Thank you. Best of luck on the EP that you guys are working on.
You are more than welcome to come out for that if you want to watch.
Oh, when is that?
The 21st of March. It's a Saturday.
Unfortunately, I'm booked in Doja Cat programming.
Okay.
Unfortunately, we're renting out your studio that you spent all this money.
I know. I as soon as I finish this one, I built my own studio in Van Nuys. Huge facility. But,
Is that the hat? I like
yeah. Yeah, Van Nuys Playback Club. We have a nice warehouse in Van Nuys, and part of it's warehouse, and the rest of it is this huge facility. We use some of the same guys for this stuff.
Alright.
Do we have some?
Can we record what we was working on?
Sure, yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know how to set everything up then.
That's fire. Steven. Oh, Logan.
You and me just on our iPhone.
Real quick.
Yeah.
I would leave this patched.
Okay.
This is your headphone patch.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wrote a little thing that says HM
I got you.
for that over there.
Leave that. There's no reason it shouldn't be set up.
Okay, I got you. For sure. And then one other thing actually I don't think I asked originally. It sounds okay now, but like the volume, it feels like it's always got to be really high.
Because this has to be, that's what I was saying earlier.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to, you have to twist this
I got you.
actually like a couple 360s
Okay.
for it to get to
You talking
max
about
out.
recording and all that stuff?
Yeah, just in
Yeah.
general, like anytime we try to
So-
play anything, we have to pump that up.
So yeah,
By- by-
so-
I mean, this is dBs, I think, right?
Yeah.
This is SPL. 71 is not loud.
It's not. Okay, that makes sense.
125, it's a jet engine.
Okay,
So
for sure. That makes more sense.
you'll probably listen most of the time around 80 to 85 when we're mixing, and that's very respectful mixing.
Okay.
That also we do 105, and that's an arena concert.
Right.
So, you know,
All right, makes sense. Cool.
68's quiet. You know.
Yeah.
But this is also respectful.
For
People
sure.
who are working on music all the time, who are smart about their ears, they stay down here.
They leave it alone. Yeah, that makes sense.
They, you know. Yeah. This is a concert.
Right.
You know, obviously there's different speakers and different
Yeah.
structure with that, but like, you should be on the higher end of it for sure.
Nope, sounds good. Yeah, because once obviously when you plug in headphones, then you got a lot more control up there too. So.
Yeah.
Very nice. Sounds good.
Steven, let's do this video very quick so that they can get to work. I know they're on a mission right now.
Yeah. Pull out your phone. It'll be quick and painless.
I've been told that before.
Yeah, except this will actually be quick and painless. It will be. Check 1, 2. Hey. Give me a second. Check 1, 2. Hey, yeah. Hey, yeah. Hey, yeah. Hey, yeah. Hey, yeah. Hey, yeah. Alright, are you recording all that? No. Okay. Great.
Not yet.
Ooh. Let's do some staff work. What are you doing?
Bro, I didn't look at my phone for 3 hours. I have 80 text messages.
Oh yeah, I had to handle a bunch of stuff.
Really?
I texted you. That's why I kept leaving because I was handling all the Mexico stuff.
I was wondering what was happening. I was like, oh, Steven's done with this.
No. I had to keep leaving to go do